Thanks for joining in today. Got a good one for you. Lined up for good long one. Thanks for joining in. Just going over some nasty troll stuff. Nice long playlist. Let's get some disclaimers out of the way first here in a second. What do we got here?
Stop thinking that these females, these gutter sluts, are your friends just because they come into your chat.
Please do not spam or block anybody. We promote free speech. If somebody is threatening somebody, doxing somebody, or otherwise just plain out evil, and you know it just shouldn't be there, threatening, whatever it may be. But other than that, just time them out first and then give them a spam or a ban the second time. And don't ban anybody, please.
And just so everybody knows, we offer free speech here, just like Alex's room. We don't ban anybody or time anybody out unless the obvious reasons: doxing, spamming, threatening, etc. And porno sites, whatever links these people drop. He said, I won't delete comments other than doxing and bots. Yeah, for sure. Or threatening, spam, obviously. Yeah, like unwanted spam. Yeah, definitely, because we don't want to censor too many people. I don't believe in censorship that much. I'm against cancel culture. Yeah, same here, Ryan. I don't want to do that either. I don't want to ban anybody if I don't have to. Even the trolls, unless they get really nasty. I mean, like nasty, obviously, that's different. But even then, I'd rather time them out first.
Es ist dem Feind gelungen, die Front in breiter Formation zu durchbrechen. Im Süden hat der Gegner Zossen genommen und stößt auf Stahnsdorf vor. Der Feind operiert jetzt am nördlichen Stadtrand zwischen Frohnau und Pankow. Und im Osten ist der Feind bis zur Linie Lichtenberg-Marsdorf-Karlshorst gelangt.
Mit dem Angriff Steiners wird das alles in Ordnung kommen.
Mein Führer, Steiner konnte nicht genügend Kräfte für einen Angriff massieren. Der Angriff Steiner ist nicht erfolgt.
Es bleiben im Raum Keitel, Jodel, Krebs und Butter.
Das war ein Befehl! Der Angriff Steiners war ein Befehl! Wer schickt Sie? Sie mein Befehl zu widersetzen! Und weit ist das angekommen. Das Militär hat mich belogen! Jeder hat mich belogen, sogar die SS! Die gesamte Generalität ist nichts weiter als ein Haufen niederträchtiger, treuloser Feiglinge!
Führer, ich kann nicht zulassen, dass die Soldaten, die für Sie verbringen...
Feiglinge! Verräter, Versager!
Mein Führer, was Sie da sagen, ist ungeheuerlich.
Die Generalität ist das Geschmeiß des deutschen Volkes! Sie ist ohne Ehre! Sie nennen sich Generale, weil Sie Jahre auf Militärakademien zugebracht haben, nur um zu lernen, wie man Messer und Gabel hält! Jahrelang hat das Militär meine Aktionen nur behindert! Es hat mich jeden nur einzigen Widerstand in den Weg gelegt! Ich hätte gut daran getan! Und darin alle höheren Offiziere liquidieren zu lassen, wie Stalin! Ich war nie auf einer Akademie.
Whatever.
Und doch habe ich allein auf mich gestellt, ganz Europa erobert.
Whatever.
Verräter! Von allem Anfang an bin ich so verraten und betrogen worden. Es wurde ein ungeheurer Verrat geübt am deutschen Volke. Aber alle diese Verräter werden bezahlen. Mit ihrem eigenen Blut werden sie bezahlen. Sie werden das saufen in ihrem eigenen Blut.
Bitte gerne. Jetzt beruhig dich doch.
But it's not a group of friends, it's a gang.
Es ist unmöglich, unter diesen Umständen zu führen.
Whatever.
Es ist auch
Whatever.
Der Krieg ist verloren.
Whatever.
Aber wenn Sie, meine Herren, glauben, dass ich deswegen Berlin verlasse, irren Sie sich gewaltig. Eher jag ich mir eine Kugel durch den Kopf. Tun Sie, was Sie wollen.
Whatever.
And new tonight, the Bundy family went toe-to-toe in an armed standoff with the Bureau of Land Management nearly a decade ago, and now they're suing the government, accusing them of threatening the lives of the Bundy family and fabricating evidence during the trial that favored the Bundy's case. Named in the lawsuit is Ryan Bundy, his wife, children, and a family friend, but not patriarch Cliven Bundy. Ryan Bundy claims a BLM special agent told him days prior to the standoff, quote, "This will become the next Waco or Ruby Bridge. We will kill you," end quote.
I was part of the management team. I helped ran the largest migrant hotel in New York City, the Row NYC, where I had to look over 5,000 migrants in the heart of Times Square, a block away. And my job was to, whatever these migrants wanted in New York City, whether it be spicy food, non-spicy food, or laundry services. We got laundry services for them. We had Uber services for them. If a migrant in New York City came to me and said, I want to go here in New York City, I want to go here in Brooklyn, but we're in Manhattan, my job was to get an Uber for them and things of that nature.
How did they have so much power? I mean, a migrant in New York City, was this a person responsible for the trafficking? Or were these are people that had come across the border and you were providing sort of, luxuries for them? Can you explain that?
Well, the way it works is it's separate NGOs. So the one I escorted children.
Oh, there we go. Right there. Okay. I just want to give a quick synopsis of this, what we're watching, and I'll shut up. But the guy on the right, he works for a government entity that takes migrant children from the border once they cross over and supposedly takes them to their family here in the United States, then, well, either to family or to friends or family. But what he's going to explain is that some of the other contractors that are supposed to chaperone the children to their families, well, they don't always get taken to a family member or a friend of the family member. What's going on is they're being delivered to people that not even part of the family. The children might be going to labor camps. And what's interesting is that he'll talk about a phone verification system that they use to verify the person on the other side, whether they're flying or drive, on a bus or whatever. The person that they deliver the children to are supposed to be verified, and some of the contractors aren't even verifying, just dropping the children to whoever's on the other side. And some of those children are either ending up in labor camps or, well, the rest. But this is supposed to be pretty good. I've only seen a few minutes of it. Hopefully I didn't go too far in. We're like 5 minutes in. So I just wanted to give a little context to what we're going to be watching here. Really interesting in how this, let's say this system works, but doesn't work. So they're going to get into it. Thanks for joining in. We got we're going to be here at least a few hours. Lots of entertainment coming up. After this, I think this is maybe 40 minutes or so. All right, shutting up. Thanks for joining.
Thrower and the one I worked for in New York City are two separate companies. But the thing that people miss here is, for example, people think it's Governor Abbott who's sending all these people on buses to New York City. And it's not just Governor Abbott. Governor Abbott can account for like 15-20% of the people. Because if you look at the numbers that the state of Texas provides, they've bussed over about 30,000 people maybe to New York City, but New York City has about 80,000 people currently in their system. So the rest of these 50,000 people are going to NGOs like Catholic Charities at the southern border. And I think Ann talked about Catholic Charities, Ann and Michael. So Catholic Charities, bus tickets, airplane.
And I know I'm not saying like, you know, a lot because I'm learning, you know, I'm gathering information as much as possible, you know. I'm a type of person I think before I speak. So
Tickets, all on the federal taxpayer money to get these illegal immigrants from the border to New York City. So a lot of these illegal immigrants are finding their way through federal taxpayer money from the NGOs to get around the country. But the thing is, they want you to believe that it's Governor Abbott. Governor Abbott is busing people, but it's nowhere near the same numbers that these federal taxpayer funded NGOs are moving people across the country.
And so the federal taxpayer funded NGOs are bringing these migrants. We'll get back to the children part of this in a second. But for instance, in New York City, bringing these migrants to New York City to live in this, I guess, a hotel. By the way, New York City, Times Square, I used to work at Fox News, 1 block away from where you're talking about. Right there in Times Square. Right there, next to, like a block away from major news organizations, the Today Show, all of the major media, ABC News, all of them a block away from where this is happening, and total radio silence on this. So when they're at these hotels in New York City, what are they doing? Are they children?
Right.
Are they adults? And then what happens to them?
So my hotel was a family hotel. So I had families spread across 28 floors. So from floor 1 all the way up to 28th floor is full of illegal immigrants of family units. But the thing is, they don't do anything all day. You talk to these people, they're not in a rush to leave. They're not in a rush to get out. So that's what my concern was me being familiar with the way these government contracts work. I would tell these people, hey, I'm looking out for you. If you have a family member who can help you out and wants to take you in, my advice to you is take them up on it, because one day this hotel will close down and they're just going to toss you out to the street and you're not going to have anywhere to go. So please.
This is insane.
I'm saying this in a good way. I'm not in a bad way. I'm looking out for you. You got to go. But the thing is, these people would not take me seriously, because Mayor Adams had no rush to push people out. Now that it's gotten out of hand, now he's handing out 60-day notices where he's telling people you have 60 days to find a way to get other kind of housing. If not, you're going to be out in the streets. So now that he's enforcing the 60-day notice, now that's why you're seeing these people out in the streets in tents, and they're spilling out over to the streets on the videos where they're sleeping on the side of the road. Is because they didn't run this the right way from the beginning. And for example, the hotel that I worked at, why would you put people all the way up to the 28th floor? Because these migrants are not going to be happy when the time comes to leave, and you're going to have to get the National Guard in there, and you're going to turn into a shoving match. And can you imagine them shoving each other, pushing each other, punching each other on the 28th floor? Someone's going to fall out. And it's like, why would you even do that? Why would you fill this hotel up the whole way? And it's terrible. It's terrible what's happening in New York City, and I don't see it getting any better. It's just going to keep getting worse. I see it ending up like the Paris riots out in France. That's where it's headed.
So let's get back to the children in the facility we featured here, this former Walmart facility.
It's only been how long? It's only been 10 minutes. That was a lot of information. I didn't even know a lot of this was going on. That's the crazy part about it. I didn't know any of this was going on. That's crazy.
Brownsville, Texas. You worked there, correct?
So my job was, I did work there, but my job was to take kids out of those facilities and hand them off to sponsors across the country.
So can you walk me through that process? So you're an employee, you get an email? Do you get a text message that says, Carlos, on Tuesday, we need you to take these children to their sponsor family in Florida, And how did that process unfold? Can you explain that?
So yes, we would get text messages, we would get phone calls at 7 p.m. at night, 6 p.m. at night, saying, "Hey, we have a trip out tomorrow. Can you make the trip?" I say yes. And later on in the night, I get a report time for the following morning. You get a 5 a.m. report time, 4 a.m. It's always in the dark because they don't want us picking up these kids in the day where people can see us.
Wow.
And I would get for example, hey, 4 a.m. And I would not find out where I was going until the following day when I would show up to the charter bus.
That's wild.
We would get phones given to us, backpacks given to us, and until we got to the shelter, to the Walmart shelters that you broke on your show, we get files saying, hey, you're going to head off to Orlando, Florida, you're going to head off to Los Angeles, you're going to head off to Nashville, Tennessee, and you're dropping off 6 kids, and in those files you get a hard copy of an ID of the sponsor who's waiting for you at the airport in baggage claim. So the handoff is always in baggage claim at these airports. So the hard copy.
So the handoff is at baggage claim at the airports, and it's always at night. That's wild.
Yeah, the ID is the person you want to wait for, and they're supposed to hand you this physical ID to you in person, and you're not supposed to release the kid until you take a picture of the physical ID with the paper copy ID together on a government phone.
And these children, these are illegal immigrant children that are being kept there. Are the parents anywhere around at all?
No parents. No, these are unaccompanied minors. So all the kids you see in the Walmart shelters, no parents are here. No aunts and uncles are with them.
I didn't even know it was anything about no Walmart shelter. Like, all this is new to me. I'm sorry. Like, I as much as I want to, talk, do this reaction, this is more of like getting information. I didn't know anything about this. Like, I didn't know. This is crazy. It's dang near mind blowing. Like, it's stuff that, like, in my mind, like, people would send emails, talk about it, comment about it if it could get through. But I have to actually see somebody talking about it, see somebody who actually, was involved in this.
They showed up to the border by themselves. So, and it's
with
crazy
coyotes,
because
with coyotes bringing them across. They're right.
Yeah, correct. Because sometimes I would run into kids who tell me, a coyote told me exactly how to get to your shelter, is what they would tell me. They told me how many steps to walk north of here, where to turn, and they told me to, if I run into any Border Patrol agent, to say that I'm a minor, that I'm underage, that I'm gonna run into a building, a shelter, a Walmart type of shelter that's gonna have food for me, that's gonna have laundry services for me, and it would get so suspicious because the kids were being told by the coyotes exactly the way an NGO runs a Walmart shelter. And it gets you thinking, how the hell do coyotes know the system on this side, Because they're supposedly only on the Mexico side, and they're not from the US, these coyotes, and they're not government employees. So how do they know what to expect in the shelter? It's insane. And the other insane part is these Walmart shelters also have babies. I've escorted myself. I can personally myself say I picked up a baby that's 5 months old, 8 months old, 4 months old, and escorted them to a sponsor.
5 months
old. How
old.
the hell do you realize who a sponsor is for this child when they can't even talk?
So that's awful.
Wow.
The whole thing is awful, but who are these sponsors then? I know some reports are that these are mostly, at least in Florida, from reports I've heard, wealthy Americans who are paying for these children. But first of all, who are these sponsors? Do you when you interact with them, is there a representative for the sponsors that you're meeting face to face, or is it the sponsor his or herself who is meeting you face to face?
The sponsor is supposed to be be meeting me face to face because their ID is the one that I can only accept. So they're supposed to be at the airport, but a lot of the times it does not happen. And these sponsors are supposedly family members. They can be an aunt or an uncle. They're supposedly a stepmother. They're supposedly a stepfather. They're supposedly a sister or a brother or a cousin. Sometimes they're even family friends. But it's like, how do you prove that this is a family friend? Or how do you prove this is a cousin when you don't even do DNA testing anymore at the border when it comes to the current administration?
Yeah.
And how are you? So these people are just calling up and saying, hey, yeah, that's my cousin, and that's it. I'm willing to take him in.
And you as an employee, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you thought you were reuniting families up until you didn't. Like, what was the moment you decided, wait a second, I need to blow the whistle on this. This is not what I thought it
exactly.
was.
Yeah.
So
that was a question I was gonna ask too. Like, I just find it like, I don't know, like the stuff that he's saying, like, and that I know there's obviously others out there, you know, and I'm glad that he came on, you know, his show. I didn't even catch his name, but to even talk about this, you know, because this is something that's serious. This is something that's serious, and something that's obviously new to me, and hopefully to reach others that's new to this too as well, because it's definitely an important thing, and it's a sad thing. Just hearing, you know, we have a newborn, hearing a 5 months. It's crazy.
So yes, you get into this type of work because you think you can make a difference. You know, you think it's these kids who are, and they have been through a lot, but you want to help them out and make them smile by buying them a snack at the airport, a toy at the airport, because children are innocent, you know.
Exactly, and that's what I was going to say too. And I'm glad that he reached that point, is because regardless of how it's said and done, if it's, you know, anybody with the government, anybody with, you know, he's over here and this guy, he got this going on and this person got this. At the end of the day, if it's kids involved, kids don't know anything. Kids literally do as they're told, you know, especially when people take advantage of kids. And that's it, and that's all. Like, kids are kids. They don't know nothing. Like you said, they're innocent. They're literally innocent. You have a lot of kids that obviously know what they're doing. They, you know, smart. They smelling themselves, as my grandmother would say. But at the same time, kids are kids, especially little bitty kids. You got kids. He said the youngest kid. We talking about 5 months old. That it's just, I know I keep on saying it, but it just blew my mind. It's sad.
A snack at the airport, a toy at the airport, because children are innocent. You know, no matter what, children, they don't know what they're doing, and they should be kept out of issues that are tearing our country apart.
Mm-hmm.
So you try to make their day better, but then I started hearing horror stories from my coworkers. My coworkers used to tell me my child that I escorted was crying because they said that they did not know the sponsor that I was taking them to.
Wow.
And they were telling me, please, sir, I don't want to go to the sponsor. I don't know them. They at the campsite where I was, at the Walmart shelter where I was, they told me that I supposedly know the sponsor, that the sponsor is supposed to be my uncle or my aunt, but I've never met him. I don't remember. And my coworker would say, but I don't care. I still handed the child off even though the child was crying because I wanted to go out and party. And the reason why my coworker says that is because
that's something he ain't got to worry about. First off,
we're allowed to go have our own thing. You know, if we're in Los Angeles and we hand the children off at the airport, we're allowed to go out into the city.
Exactly, because that's something that you don't have to worry about. Once you get that child off, and it's sad and evil enough, you know, but once you get that child off, I mean, you go on about your life. Just thinking about that. That coworker, hey, okay, I don't care. I'm giving them. I'm about to go, you know, have fun. Forgot about that kid. Forgot about this is some sad stuff.
because our flight doesn't
It's
happen
sad.
until the next day, our return flight. So the rest of the night we're free. And a lot of my coworkers were 18, 19 years old, 21 years old, taking care of teenagers. And their main worry was, oh, man, I want to go to the bar already. I want to go to a concert that's happening in downtown LA, but the sponsor is taking forever, or this child is crying, and I just want to hand them off. So they would hand the children off, even though they were showing signs of, I don't know the sponsor. And then I used to think my coworkers were lying or they were exaggerating, because I would tell myself my coworker just wants attention, so they're acting like. And as sick as it is, you know, people like attention that way. And I would brush it off, saying there's no way that's true. But then one day I received an email from my boss admitting in a company email that we handed off children to the wrong people. And all the stories that I would hear from coworkers immediately just hit me hard in my face. And I had a big panic attack and I couldn't breathe. And the reason why is because I also would get stories from kids where a child wouldn't want to talk. And when I would get to the sponsor would tell me he's not talking because his sibling was with him and she got raped in Mexico and she got murdered in Mexico as well.
Wow.
So these children go through crazy situations like that, and then they tell me these stories, and then you get an email from your own boss telling you, we fucked up, we gave children to the wrong people. And the reason why it's so sickening is because in my office alone, there was about 300 of us, 200 to 300 of us. I would say at the most 400 employees. And each one of us can sometimes have 6 kids, 8 kids at a time. And the word around the company was that the boss had found records of us handing off kids to the wrong people for an entire month.
Wow.
So each day there's escorts going out. So that's.
And I know that makes him feel bad. You know, you can tell on his face just like how bad he feels. And I deeply apologize if y'all can hear that outside. They literally do this every time I come and do my videos. Literally every time. And it frustrates me. It frustrates me. It's like you have somebody that cuts the grass in the same spot. Anyways, you can tell on his face, you know, how emotional and how, you know, sad and crazy this whole situation is.
That's thousands of kids for an entire month that were handed off to the wrong people. And could you just imagine a company that's working for the government admits in an email to we gave kids to the wrong people? You just lose your entire faith in the company and the system, and it's like, what am I doing here? You know, I can't be part of this anymore. So that's why I decided to speak out, because the company themselves admitted we're trafficking kids.
Wow.
And it's all happening right in front of our eyes, and the United States government is funding it. So these facilities, they're making their money from the United States government. And so if you drive up to this, like one of these Walmart facilities, you'll be met with guards at the gate, right? I mean, guards that are telling you, you know, you're not allowed to come in here. Then how many kids are we talking about are at these facilities like this, you know, these former Walmart facilities? Are we talking hundreds, thousands?
Well, the Walmart that was shared on your show, I think you guys shared it, or you guys talked about it, that's about 1,500 to 2,000 kids. But that's not the only Walmart down here where I live. We have about 4 or 5 of them.
And these are former Walmarts, right? So these are giant facilities, former Walmarts that are housing these children. Are they like sleeping in cots and beds?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
They're just
like
there
Walmart.
waiting to be. Is it right for me to say sold off to these people around the country? I mean, that's the best way to describe it, right?
It's the best way to describe it. You're right to say that, because just the way the company admitted in an email to, hey, transportation specialist, you're taking the wrong documents. and you're giving kids off to the wrong people. It's
And please say I know I can't really tell y'all what to do, but please, if y'all could say a small prayer for Carlos, because this is something, you know, that is definitely serious, and he came and spoke out about this. A lot of people, literally, a lot of people wouldn't do what he's doing. So definitely a prayer out to Carlos, to where he, you know, God is on his side, and, you know, watching over him, and keeping him safe, because this is definitely something that's serious, you know.
it's an open world of possibilities of what's happening, you know. And God bless Michael and Ann, because Michael and another gentleman by Ryan Matter from Live Free America TV and Muckracker.com. These are just some independent journalists who've come down here and have been exposing this whole thing. And when they came down here, they were met with aggressiveness. They were met with, we're going to call the police. You can't be here. You can't take pictures. And they have signs like it says media tour. You can request a media tour. But when Michael and Ryan and Ann would request a media tour, they were met with, oh, you have to go on the website. It's not available right now. Go on the website.
Yeah.
It's just, if you have nothing to hide, why are you being so aggressive, you know? It's so easy to let a reporter in there walk around and then leave, you know. And if it's a good operation, why not do that, you know? And you're met with so much opposition, so much aggressiveness at the front gate, that you can't even go into the parking lot for these facilities, these former Walmart facilities.
Is there any follow-up with the children later? Like, to follow up and see, are these children still alive? Have these children remained with these quote-unquote sponsors, these people who've purchased them? Is there any sort of follow-up mechanism in place? Did you have occurrence where you went back and would meet with the families again, or meet with any of these sponsors who bought these children?
No follow-up by the escorting agency, none whatsoever. I do know that case managers try to make one phone call, but I do know that this phone call, if they don't answer, if it's disconnected, that's it. They don't put any effort towards it. They don't leave a voicemail, nothing at all. It's just one follow-up phone call a month later. But this phone call is not even enforced. It's left up to the case managers, to their own discretion, whether they want to make it or not. Wow. If they want to make it, they can go ahead and do it. If they don't do it, they're not punished for it. And that's it. The kids are not given a phone number saying, hey, call this phone number if you're being harassed or abused. No. What's happening is the kids are calling the national trafficking hotlines or the abuse hotlines, and they're leaving messages saying, the government dropped me off here and I'm being abused, or I'm being pimped out, or I'm being made work. And they're calling the national hotline. So that's why there's reports out there of kids working in slaughterhouses, kids being pimped out. And it's terrible what's happening, but it's slowly starting to get out, but it's being suppressed by the mainstream media.
It's unbelievable how it's being suppressed by them. You would think this would be the most important story in America, but it's not. And it is, but it's being totally hidden by the mainstream media. Do you know how much are they paying per child?
That's what I'm telling y'all. I feel like I have so many questions, but I obviously can't talk to them. But it just sucks, you know, to hear that this is going on and it being hushed. That's crazy. I wish, you know, somebody can go in there in these Walmart facilities, you know, secretly, you know, with a little spyglass or something, like, to just see what's like really going on, because it's so much stuff that's closed behind doors. Like, it's
these sponsors.
Oh, Anne would have a better answer when it comes to this, but what I do know is that I can tell you. So I would have two kinds of trips. Sometimes I would fly economy. I would fly on United Airlines. I would fly on American Airlines. And these kids were being handed off to sponsors at the airport. But then I would have a second kind of trip where it would be charter airplanes at private airports. And when you get to these private airports, you have kids there who are talking about, they're talking to each other, and they're, before they get on a private airplane, in front of me, they're saying things like, telling the other kids there, hey, what's your favorite shelter? And a kid will start saying, my favorite shelter was the shelter in Seattle because the shelter in Seattle gave us iPads. Or they start saying, my favorite shelter is in Chicago because in Chicago they had a Nintendo Switch for us. And I start thinking to myself, wait a minute. You're at the border and you ended up in the shelter in Chicago. You ended up in the shelter in Seattle. And somehow you're back at the border again in Texas at a private airport in El Paso. And now you're going back to the East Coast. What is going on here? You're just being shipped around the country from shelter to shelter.
Facts.
And then you're ending up back at the border and then you're going back out. What is going on? Like, this is strange.
Trading out. This is all crazy to me.
The reason why I'm bringing these trips up is because I have this one terrible story where a kid came up to me once and he said, they like to call you teacher. So they said in Spanish, teacher, can you help me out? And I said, of course, what's going on? And he tells me, I arrived at the border about 1.5 years ago, and my sister was with me. But the last time I saw my sister was at a shelter in Chicago, Illinois. And my mom has not heard from my sister either. And she's going crazy because she hasn't heard from her in months. And there's been no phone call, and I don't know where she is at either. Can you help me? And this system is so, excuse my language, but it's fucked up.
Because you can't give him the answer that you want to give him. That's
to
sad.
The point where I don't know what it is that I can tell this child, or how can I help him. All I can do is get him on the airplane, and you're going to another place in another on the other side of the country, where they're supposed to continue your case. But when we get to these places where they're supposed to continue their cases, it's at 3 a.m, at 2 a.m, in the suburbs. And in these suburbs, it's when you knock on the door, it looks like a family home. You got family pictures on the inside. There's a lady who's just looks like she's cooking dinner, and there's kids running by. There's toys scattered across the floor, and there's 2 cars parked out on the garage. And it's like, how is this a shelter facility when it looks like a family home, you know? And I had no way to fight it. It's just, this is the address, and I would drop off 3 kids from Central America, 2 female girls from the Middle East, and they would all stay at this home. And these trips were always in the middle of the night, and we would land in an airport in Orlando or in Jacksonville, Florida, drop off kids in Jacksonville, continue on in a charter bus or in a drop off kids in North Carolina, drop off kids in South Carolina, drop off kids in Georgia, come back to the private airport in Orlando, Florida, and then fly back to Texas. So I don't know how that sounds to you, but it's really shady.
Shady's one nice way of putting it.
It is, and it makes it even more sad, just the simple fact of, you know, and excuse me if y'all can hear that outside, but it just makes it, you know, sad that the simple fact of, you know, doing this overnight, you know, doing it at night. Obviously can't do it in the daytime because, you know, it's so many different, you know, children. It's so many, and it just sucks. Like, as much as I want to say, you know, you can't on certain things, I'm hoping this video gets out, and I'm hoping that people actually see, you know, this video, see what's going on, because it's definitely a sad situation.
I'll get you out of here on this, Carlos, because you've been so great
Carlos has been great, and I definitely want to say, please make sure y'all get our prayers out to to Carlos, because you can tell on his face, you can tell his whole demeanor, his posture that he's sad, and he's very emotional about what went on and the dark things that went on in that matter, because it's definitely sad. It's definitely sad, and I know he's in a position that he feels bad, but God got him. God is on his side, and I'm glad that we have somebody in that to come out and talk about something like this, because it's definitely needed. Stuff that's hushed up, so it's definitely prayers to him.
Gracious with your time. The Texas government, Governor Greg Abbott's office, etc., have you spoken to them? Have you come forward to them about what's happening? And if so, have they done anything about it? Are they planning to do anything about it, or are they sweeping it under the rug?
They're sweeping it under the rug. I've heard from nobody, and they're sweeping it under the rug because these facilities legally they're running by the law because they have state permits that they need to get. So the state of Texas know that these facilities exist. They don't exactly know like the name of these kids. They don't exactly know the information, but they know they're there. But these facilities can't run without state permits. So I don't know if it's Governor Greg Abbott or someone in his administration, but they're aware, and they're not doing anything about it. And I've heard from 0 people from DC. No one from DC, no one from Texas. There are people who've promised, hey, we'll help you out to get you places to tell your story, but then they always fall through the cracks. And there's people currently working out there, good people trying to get me to tell my story more. But at this moment, no government, nothing, 0 from the Texas government.
Wow.
And it's sad because you would think that they care, and honestly, they don't care because they haven't done anything about this.
Thousands of children being kept in the...
That is definitely sad, y'all. I'm gonna end the video here. Make sure y'all stay tuned for tomorrow. Probably I got another video sent. Like I said, the video will be in the description box below. But this is definitely a sad manner. Hopefully this gets out. This is definitely sad. I didn't know a lot of this was going on, especially with the Walmart thing. I didn't know anything about that. Actually got it mentioned that Chris had, and I know a lot of y'all probably don't know Chris. Y'all, those that do, it's my girl. She had seen that Sound of Freedom was online. So go check that out, see what that's about. And it's crazy how she mentioned, the Sound of Freedom today, and reacting to this. And it's just sad, that this stuff is really going on, This stuff is really going on, and it's sad. It's going on here, is what's crazy, And I can't believe it. I can't wrap my head around it. Hearing it from somebody else, I hear it from comments of all this, that, but actually hearing it, somebody that actually went through it is sad. It's sad, and I'm glad that Carlos did that. Definitely prayers up. Definitely make sure y'all hit my Instagram, Life Reckless, for more videos you need to check out, or email me lifereckless.
Whatever.
Doing some Appalachian hillbilly music, which I like. Anyway, he has the training and background to be pretty serious, a serious traitor, and that's what he is. And I've been getting these emails, all kinds of emails from 2 sources. One source is the Jack Bryan Birmingham A858 Stonehenge thing that is clearly military. And the Webb, the Swigert brothers, Dave Acton and George Webb, are both Boston people. They had an office in Boston. They're deeply entangled. Well, okay, people are wondering why I'm angry at this guy for his connection to Dave Acton and George Webb. Let me show you what they've been up to. Yeah, I'll get around to the mindless minions in a minute. Puts his Department of Homeland Security protection over these guys, over Birmingham, while hunting American college students on American college campuses and killing them. Okay. Mindless minions. That would be Jesse Davis up there in Indianapolis. That whole mess. And the dojos, that's the thing that was on my mind a little bit about these mindless minions. You got these guys, youngish sort of guys, 30s maybe, some of them might be pushing 40. There he is. Whoops. That gang is because GE gives them kind of an avenue into it.
People like Jeffrey Prather, and when he was data collecting, I'm sure he was Birmingham, the whole mess. Ed Butowski. When Ed Butowski was pulled into court over, you know, everyone's blaming Schoenberger for what went on with Seth Rich family, who spoofed the files. Again, you got Jason Goodman in the middle of that, trying to make money off that.
I know the difference between a decent woman and a prostitute. The group character of the trailer trash.
Whatever.
I fall into shit and I look around and I say, oh my God, this is shit. A smarter person wouldn't have fell into it.
Why, yes, ma'am. You can post bond right over here.
Un peu de bluff. Il faut que du bluff. Twitter, click, et bluff.
Okay, gotta make this short because it's gonna be an upload. Terry Joyce. First of all, Patrick Moran is apparently emailing somebody I know as Michael Moran, or has in the past. And he's playing quite a game. The police report number that he gives Teresa Randolph Joyce, if you ever made a police report yourself, which I have told you to do early on, because you were playing games with very evil people and didn't seem to know it, but now over the past year, you know just who you're playing with over there in Sewertown, and you know what Tamara Wolf, Tams, is. And oh, you're all sweet and cozy with her now. The one who said she was gonna go to your door and bang on it, and I mean, she described actual criminal acts. Seriously? Far worse than me using a little of what you call humor by saying, I'd love to meet you in the court and tear your wig off. You know, a silly, exaggerated thing like that. And you're all PTSD over it. But you're okay with what Tams did. You're good friends with her now. You put a sweet little call out to her. Patrick Moran posted what you think you're saying. In fact, I think you know damn well that was not a police report number that he posted, because it doesn't even have the same format. I know the format because I did post it. And what I posted was about suicidal ideation.
Wow, this is some pretty crazy
Suicidal
stuff.
ideation is not saying a person who's doing suicidal ideation is not saying they plan to commit suicide, but they are behaving and saying things that strongly suggest that they are in that emotional state. Now, I know now that you were acting. At the time, I said, well, I'm pretty sure she's acting, but what if she's not? Because I knew that you were messing around with people like Patrick Moran. I've received emails from that guy for a long time. I've known he was into Burning Man culture.
Criminal.
We've had a few
gutter
back and
sluts,
forths about the nature of his artwork.
amateur thugs.
His fantasies and role-playing crap that he does didn't matter to me because I wasn't involved with him anywhere online. I simply had some email conversations with him. But then when I discovered that he's the one who played you at, or he's playing along with Tams and the others, and I've seen him do that with Tacos. He is a player in that game. I'm not playing games. And you don't know what I said to the police when I explained the game to them and how I had to look at you as possibly being an unstable person. I mean, you are unstable, but possibly being manipulated.
Wow.
And these people do manipulate to the point of suicide. When you know you're being manipulated, if you're an adult and you have half a brain, you cut off connection with the manipulators. Manipulators don't speak to you face on like I am. Patrick Moran is also known as Michael Moran. He's been emailing somebody else that I know. And it is the same person. He's playing games with all of you bitches. And you are bitches. You, Tacos, Tams, crowd in Sewardtown. Jesse himself is a bitch. Play your games. But you talk and complain about the fact that this stuff is going to affect your career? Well, you're professional. You know damn well that whatever's put out is going to affect you. And look what you've been doing to me. Now, here's something else. I may be saying mean and angry things to you because I am angry, and I can be mean when I'm angry. But you're saying things about my relationship with my daughter. You have been passing on and supporting filthy lies by some actual criminals who were actually involved in her life when she was alive. You don't know which ones I'm talking about. You play the game with Jesse and Pavana Davis of covering for those people. And I've confronted you more than once. Started out, confronted you in a friendly way, but I'm not being friendly. And I know now that you were, in fact, doing method acting, calling upon your personal childhood difficulties, which are certainly nowhere near as bad as a lot of people have had. I mean, give us all a break, you pity party bitches. So what if your daddy said you were stupid? He was telling the truth. You're stupid to believe that you can get away with this stuff and nobody's ever going to speak to you. That you can join people who have murdered. My daughter was murdered. And even if you sincerely believe their lies, the question is, why would you attack a total stranger over a suicide in their family that they believe was murder? Why would you attack? Because what you're doing is not journalism. And I want to tell you something else. Count your blessings that I did succeed in getting that case reopened. Because if what you're doing figures into why they don't reopen it, that makes you an accessory after the fact to murder, because you're deliberately trying to prevent investigation and prosecution of the actual killers. And the people who are being investigated, the people who killed her, are not all online. Some of them are involved and have been online and have been identified. Because I recognized when he arrived online from identifying him offline. Do you even understand what I just said? Probably not. And now you've got Patrick's friends going around calling themselves Meth Mama. And you're angry because I call you make videos claiming that things I say about other people are about you. You made a video claiming if I have something about a different subject, just try to do my own work with other topics. It's being done deliberately to deflect from you. Now that's narcissistic, but it's also paranoid. You are paranoid, Terry Joyce. And what about this therapist who supposedly said that if you did not make a police report, she would? She didn't, did she? She lied to you. So you need to confront her about that. And the two of you can walk together to the police department, make a report, and show them this video when you do. Denise Matto, over and out.
Nasty Troll Media presents Yeti in the Woods. The following is based on actual events.
I'm looking for a Yeti in the woods. I'm looking for a Yeti in the woods. I'm looking for a Yeti because I'm looking for a Yeti because I'm searching for a Yeti in the woods. I'm looking for a Yeti in the woods. Looking for a Yeti in the woods. I'm looking for a Yeti because I'm searching for a Yeti because I'm looking for a Yeti in the woods. Look, I think I see something over there. Cause I'm looking for a Yeti in the woods. Looking for a Yeti in the woods. For a Yeti cause I'm looking for a Yeti cause I'm searching for the Yeti in the woods. It's disgusting.
This has been a Quit Your Catfishing production.
What's happening now is, I guess, Terry is making a big deal that Patrick, the artist, used my voice. He did a voiceover, a cartoon video. And I'm going to tell you why this was done. What Colleen Kokar did to this man, what she did to so many other YouTubers on this global platform, especially to their children, she should be sitting on death row. She's part of a network that's mainly made up of criminals. designed to annihilate YouTubers that they don't like. What Patrick did, here's what he's doing, okay? He wants to use comedic humor to diffuse a traumatic/dramatic situation. This is all that he's guilty of. For 6 years, I'm going to say it again, I have been subjected to gross humiliation, sarcasm, innuendos, slurs, slander, insult, deprecation, threats, unwarranted accusations of crimes against children, murder, extortion, bribery, and many other indescribable, disgusting lies. When I said I'm a victim of scuttlebutt, now another goof took that and is saying it. So now I'm going to say I'm a victim of humbug. And I'm going to say this again. I begged all of you to please leave the woman alone in Arkansas. Leave her family alone. Leave her child alone. And until this day, some of you still can't stop, even though it was proven by a court of law that I was telling the truth about everything. Everything. All you had to do was stay away from my channel. If you don't like me, that's fine. But none of you had no right. You always overstep your boundaries. There are no boundaries when it comes to these goofs. None at all. None whatsoever. It is over. Seren, aka Sheila Hammond. This is another one. She's a wrench holder in Jesse's chat. Don't anyone ever give me a compliment with her around. She will be your worst nightmare. Your worst nightmare. So what is this criminal? Is this against the law that Patrick used my voice? Is this criminal now? That's like me saying Terry going out to dinner with him is a federal crime. You people need to stop. And if you can't, I'm going to say it for the final time. You need to seek help. There is nothing that any of you can do to me. You already tried. Now, you might have time to waste, but I don't. I don't have time to waste. Patrick's father, he's in and out of the hospital. When he's saying he doesn't deserve any of this, and he doesn't have time for it either. Because we're all about our families, not about destroying them. Listen, it's over. Over.
Nasty Troll Media. A look into our next feature. Deep in the bowels of Oklahoma. It's a bad time for sexy time. All right. Oh dear. Tabby, we need you. Oh, so sorry.
Twitter, pig, in love.
Liars and deniers and trolls. Oh my.
Are you the wizard?
No, I'm a witch.
I'm a coward.
I'm a big fat liar. My pants are on fire. I'm a troll for hire. Because.
Because of the harm she does.
Correct. We have, looks like Josh Godby, who is the chief of the Financial Litigation and Charitable Trust Division, right? That's correct, sir. We have also signed off here Darren McCarty, who is, what is he for civil litigation, head of civil litigation? He's the Deputy Attorney General for Civil Litigation. And then at the top of the chain is your name, where you signed off on June 8th of 2020, correct? That is correct, sir. And of course, all of these people here that we see on Exhibit 151 derive their authority from the Attorney General. Isn't that right? From the Attorney General and the statutes and the Constitution, yes. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you think it's a good idea or not. He, the Attorney General, is a decision maker ultimately. Isn't that true? I mean, that authority is delegated to. I understand. You can delegate authority, but you can also take it back, can't you? I think that's correct, sir. Right. So let's make sure we're clear. Any authority you had only existed as long as you served the Attorney General. Isn't that right? I think the government code gives assistant authority when the Attorney General is absent. When he's absent, yeah, that's correct. Right. Not when he's on a business trip doing work on a case for Google. You don't get to just say, oh, he's out of town, now I'm in charge. That ain't how it works, is it? I certainly never did that, sir. Yeah. And you better not do that, because that'll get you fired, right? If you were to do that, that should be a fireable offense, right? Again, as long as the Attorney General were exercising his proper authority as well, pursuant to the Constitution and the laws. Let's look at why.
All right, welcome to my live stream today.
Heading for the riverside, around this fuss and fight.
Welcome to my live stream today. Okay, so a lot's happened since the last time I've streamed. This is all escalating in a very insane way. Patrick, I'm going to start with Patrick J. Moran. He posted a police number, a report number. Apparently, I am being reported for having some sort of psychotic episode or something like that. Apparently, Denise Matau is saying that she's made a police report that I have suicide ideation, or I did a fake suicide cry out show that never happened. I'm asking these guys, where is the footage that I have ever expressed that I was wanting to take my own life? In fact, I just recently, I on social media yesterday, I took a picture yesterday. It's backlit. There's like the sun's behind me. It was a selfie. And I shared it on my social media. And even Stephen Cambion said something like, you know, like something about like, hey, you know, you happy bitch or something like that. It's Monday, you know? I mean, it just like, I feel like in the photo, even in the photo, you can tell that, you know, I'm happy. I'm happy when I go to school. I'm actually living, other than, you know, this craziness that's happening right now. It's not something that is like it hasn't captured my attention so much that I'm unfunctional or that I'm not doing my studies done. I mean, I go to classes, I'm getting my homework done. As a matter of fact, right now I am holding a 4.0. Like every single class so far, in terms of the grades, I have an A. And I have 15 units. So, and I work on top of that. I don't have any employment issues. I really have no issues in my personal life. I'm actually, you know, feeling really good. It's kind of alarming to me personally to hear, you know, to hear Denise, you know, saying these things, and to have this, you know, to Patrick Moran saying these things. And I want to point out again, and you can look, now there's a couple of videos that I've unlisted, but I made a playlist out of it. But the ones that I have, because I don't really want this stuff up on my YouTube channel. This is not how I want to brand my YouTube channel. You know, it's
you know, they work at wildlife centers, people at zoo, people who are trained.
Our next feature has Twitter Pig on the run. Oh look, a graveyard. Fantastic way to get a new identity. You dig for the gold.
He does have an owl.
Shh, it's a Twitter Pig, silly drunk.
He can't even wipe his ass.
Look, it's blazing
That's
scar.
why he has shit stains. You want to call me a drunk? You're lucky I don't record. Because you always got shit stains.
Graveyard.
It burns, it burns.
Twitter Pig in love.
Stuff works if you know how to dose it. It's very, very effective. And so I had people saying, yeah, I want to learn. So I wanted to set up a nonprofit, and we teach people how to use the medication properly.
You got no credentials. You got no training. Look up Twig. Look up a Twig. This is my clearance right here. I get unescorted access to government facilities, federal facilities. It's low-level clearance, but it's a clearance. You can't have no fucking weird-ass background like you're talking about to even get that.
And now a sneak peek of the next feature. Oh, yeah. Twitter Pig has a broken wing. But don't worry, here comes Blazing Scar to save her. Please, don't. Thank you, Danny. Just in time. Twitter Pig in love.
Hello from Texas, where the bugs are bigger than the mice. Scat. They are very hard to kill. You can whack them with your shoe and they just run off. Scat. These fuckers aren't even scared of the light anymore.
Manner about inappropriate behavior
with his own children. So that is corrected here tonight, and I think it's fair to do that. The fact that the Larry Evans family is claiming now, but they don't, Edward, I do believe get to talk to that family, and they're not interested in discussing it anymore.
They were interested at first, but they're no longer. They no longer respond to me. Hello, Denise. And so, how you?
Oh, hey, Denise. Where's Denise? Oh, hello, Denise. I hope you're well, and welcome to the channel, Denise. Good to see you. Always good to have you here. I want to do a promo that there is going to be a follow-up discussion with Denise coming up in the near future to go over some Whitey Bulger crime syndicate out of Boston. And so that's in the works. So, and then there will be some further discussion on homeschooling. Denise, Edward brought to light that Denise wrote a lot of extensive literature on helping people homeschool. And then we're going to get into some of the online trolling that she's encountered in her attempt to get justice for and more information about and exposure to the death of her daughter. So Denise, good to have you here. You're always welcome here at the Sam Clinton 2.0 channel. So other than that,
There have been many assumptions in regards to how PCD got a hold of these documents. This video will break down the timeline to clarify.
First, let's take a look at how NCMEC filters and flags abuse material.
Apple, joining 1,400 other companies mandated to report child sexual abusive material to NCMEC, or the National Centers for Missing and Exploited Children. Last year alone, NCMEC got 21 million tips on potential child porn worldwide.
It has to be somebody who's under the age of 18, and they have to be engaged in a sexual act. These aren't just photos of your kids getting out of a bathtub.
And that is a concern of critics as tech companies expand their liberties. This is how it works. NCMEC gives what's called a hash value to every image of verified child porn. Those hash values, not the images, are sent to tech companies like Apple. Then Apple assigns all of your images stored in the iCloud a hash value too. Software compares the hash values of child porn with yours to see if there's a match. Then it filters down to law enforcement. Isaac says there is only a manual human review of just the flagged photos stored in your iCloud if there are 30 of them with matching hash values.
These tech companies, by their assistance, is only making it easier for us.
The only thing that people have at this time is 2 documents, and you don't know how many documents were released. There could have been 30 documents released. There could have been 100 documents. There could have been a of the case.
PC, the document. April 11th, in here in the from our source. The emails, piece, this is disturbing. I would release this myself if I had a YouTube channel. I battled with the Attorney General to get info on this case. I think this deserves an explanation. Talks about CP? Tips from MEC? Take a look and do what you want with it.
There were 4 documents forwarded along with the official message from the OAG regarding the records request. I would also like to point out that the attachments on the email are not your typical attachments. They redirect you to the Texas Office of Attorney Generals to view. The email response from the OAG reads as follows. This email is in response to your public information request to the Office of the Attorney General, received by the OAG on March 29, 2023. The OAG has reviewed its files and has located the attached documents that are responsive to your request. Although the Public Information Act allows a governmental body to charge for providing documents under certain circumstances, the attached documents are being provided to you at no charge. Please note, however, that the OAG has redacted motor vehicle information that is confidential under Section 552.130 of the Government Code. Because our office is prohibited by law from releasing this information to you, we have removed it from the attached documents. Normally, we must request a ruling from the Open Records Division before we can withhold information. However, Section 552.130 allows us to withhold the specific information without requesting a ruling from the Open Records Division. You have the right to appeal our decision to withhold this information from you. Instructions for appeal are attached. If you do not want to appeal, you do not need to do anything else. Please note that we are only withholding the specific categories of information that are confidential under Section 552.130. Finally, the OAG believes the remaining information responsive to your request is accepted for required public disclosure. Pursuant to Section 552.301 of the Government Code, the OAG has requested a ruling from the Open Records Division. A copy of our brief to the Open Records Division is attached.
What I believe be cherry documents, folks that released them and the people that did a video had a reason, they had a hatred, they had a dislike for Edward, and the timing, it was impeccably timed. People can say, oh, nobody knew about your trip, no thing.
There was one document that was not shown. That document is in regards to a booking sheet for the brother, which was not my focus. The witch hunt to find the person responsible for sending PCD the documents should be the last of anyone's worries. The main focus should be on the person in question and clearing their name from any charges or paperwork that was shown. Sam is dead wrong to think that there is some grand conspiracy against him and the Florida trip he funded. The only one who cherry-picked documents to show was the Office of the Attorney General.
We need everybody to smash the like. It's gonna take all of us. Yes, ma'am. I'm just kidding. I think you do a good job. I really do.
Pretty cool that you guys did that. Thank you, Predator Country Drama.
PP Mass chopped all the trees down. Grow the fuck up. We shouldn't be.
Wow. It looks like Philemon's really ramped up his skills at the Ministry of Truth. It's interesting because they're talking about cult-like activity here, but the occultists like to use my picture for some reason as their avatar. Same with Predward. Predward likes to use my picture too, huh, Philemon? Wow, it's interesting that Predward was paneled up with Scotty a couple days before that with Cam and Angela. Huh. But right here, Miss Taurus the Communist, Clydesdale, Diana X, is gonna make up a new rule on her panel that if you don't talk, you can't be on her panel. Interesting thing is, right, I had responsibilities. I wanted to secure my spot on the panel, so I just put myself on panel. I had to take care of a couple things that were priority than arguing with idiots on the internet. So because I didn't talk for 15 minutes, Diana makes up a new rule and she boots me. There you go.
Whatever. But it's an interesting case study nonetheless.
Uh-huh.
I want to make a rule app on my panel. If you enter the panel, remove you from the panel.
Now, when you are ready, when you have ended your game.
Uh-huh. But it's an interesting case study nonetheless. Uh-huh.
I want to to make a rule app on my panel. If you enter the panel, you need to talk. You cannot just
You're my panel without talking. So
I will
remove you from the panel now. When you are ready, talk. When you have ended your game, come back on.
So life responsibilities to losers on the internet is a game. But what's interesting, Mr. Ministry of Truth Winston Fellowmon, man, he really upped his skills at the Ministry of Truth with this double screen recording he's got. He's really ramping up his monitoring skills, let's put it that way. So she removes me.
Because I'm not having you sitting there thinking that you are exposing us and playing with us and, you know, doing the string thing. And we have 21 watches now, so in the background you somehow are getting the people from.
Yeah, she needs a shit show.
Nutheads going crazy, being super triggered. Don't get wrong. I'm not giving you that, Aaron, I'm sorry. You guys get that that's what he's playing, right?
He talked all this shit.
Yeah. Clever.
You're freaking weak, dude.
Oh, yeah, I got life responsibilities. I don't get to spend all of my time in a warehouse at the Ministry of Truth trying to figure out how to cancel people with your new double screen recording there, dumbass.
No, we are able to have a normal conversation with you, but you know that you can not
normal.
straight.
I don't pride myself on having conversations with just normal people. Just to let you know.
Interrupt. And all so this is your new tactic?
Wow. Yeah, needing to water the garden. Woo, man. Yeah, wow, that's a tactic. Needing to water the garden before I can play on the internet with idiots.
Silent treatment from Aaron.
Yeah. He can't handle a neutral place.
Oh wow, see, that's Diana X's panel is not a neutral place. You guys really can't go to a neutral place. You can't even come to my panel. See what I'm saying? Because they'll say, oh, you'll kick you. No, I'll put you in the back when you're rambling on like Scotty and let you make your point. I'll swing back at it by putting you at the back, right? You got a point? Oh, okay, let's swing back at that before you move the goalpost. See, that's how you got to work with idiots, because they just, I mean, they're on speed or something, or I don't know what the demand is here to try to destroy Mr. Cox with your double screen and deflecting. What is that? Detective Gomez rage quits. Oh, you mean I got rage kicked first? Their fellow mon? They don't say anything about it. They're glad.
I'm I love what he says.
Yeah, the Clydesdale tourist. He's got big old clumpy feet and too loud to take hunting or fishing, just to let you know.
Which is true compared to, you Solomon, or you, Scotty, which is totally fine. I just love it.
Hey, I'm a tourist too. I'm just here.
Yeah, he's
Come on, Erwan.
I pay money to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Real gay,
I'm here by willing choice.
He's back.
About being a state actor.
Listen to how he's got to keep track of every move. I bet you if he could monitor my room, he'd probably watch me put my underwear socks on in the morning. Make sure I'm doing it right, or try to figure out which foot I put in my underwear first.
I fucking pay money to StreamYards. I pay money.
You pay money to StreamYards?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Every year.
I thought you were battling the idea of paying for StreamYards. Or you must pay for StreamYards, otherwise you couldn't stream that long, right?
Correct.
Ah, of course.
And you can have more people too. So usually I don't get that many people, but sometimes if you can have a good panel and it pops off, and 6 isn't enough. And then you have to be like, it's better to have 10. But
yeah, he's gonna say you kicked him, Diane. He's gonna say you.
Wow.
I need a beer.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Hold on, guys.
Yeah, wow. I had to water the garden, water some plants, water some animals, and then use the restroom and grab a beer before I could, sit down and have a nice little conversation with some shillbacks.
That's proof that he wasn't muted by you, Diana.
Wait, I did kick him because I made up this.
Listen how they lie for each other.
Oh, see the
Wait, lots of reality going on.
double reverse. Tell us about the double reverse.
Hi,
Double
Aaron.
reverse, triple, quadruple LARP.
Oh, almost. I'm almost there. Hold on. Almost there. Hold on.
He's getting his butt plugs. Hold on. It's gonna be
Almost
butt
Yeah, Felomon likes that gay projection on his all. I like butt plugs.
C&M fucking got
Wow. There's that bad gas in the lawnmower effect.
Hey, buddy, I'm on Diana's stream.
Yeah, great neutral ground, right? Right? Great neutral ground. The Predward Defense Force is all of a sudden neutral ground to come and debate them. Okay, all right.
I
Wow.
want to make that clear
That's
for
definitely the
retreat.
Predward Defense Force talking about butt plugs.
Kick him because I made up this new rule.
Right.
If you want to be on my panel, you need to talk. And I told him I will remove him, but I left him back on if he wants to talk. And then
I love it. I love it. Make up the rules as you go. That's great. Hold on a second, though.
Oh yeah, I just developed that rule. It was a new rule because I never had a guest on my panel who mutes himself like forever. So I had to come up with a flexible
Forever, always. In Fantasyville. And never. And everyone.
That was a new rule.
Yeah, I usually don't put people backstage.
I didn't get to vote on that rule.
Just kept playing streams. I'm like, Aaron,
Yeah.
you do on me. I'm gonna put you backstage if you play streams. You won't have a conversation.
I like all these new rules.
Usually, it's interesting. These guys want the proof and the evidence for it. And when you, all of a sudden, you get put back in the back room when you play a clip. See what I'm saying? I mean, wow.
All these new rules, all of a sudden,
No.
right off the bat, bam.
Aaron, when you came on my stream, you can't just neglect questions and play streams on my fucking channel.
Yeah, I like all these.
Yep, the evidence, the clip is the evidence, and he didn't want to hear the evidence in the clip.
You got going. Write them down. You need to put them in your description box. Put them in your description box.
That make no sense, and you reach for points. You're cringe, bro. You weren't chosen.
So I'm so cringe that when I finally come on the panel, they scream like little schoolgirls at the prom.
Calm down.
You're fucking dead.
Try to
right.
calm down. I'm almost there, okay?
You are dead to right. It's sad. I feel
Okay,
bad for you.
let's do us a
You
favor.
disrespected your family, and if you committed suicide,
wow,
I'm proud because otherwise it just
Wow.
disgraced your name.
Sophie, give him a minute. He just,
Wow,
you know,
that's okay to, and on Dinah X's panel in neutral territory to tell other people they need to commit suicide. Wow, that's great, Dinah. You're doing good.
and don't forget, he's coming with all these big tactics. So let's give him a
I
little
just
bit
think
of
about it
respect.
Eastern
That's
wise.
the
If I was
beginning.
Aaron, I would kill
Wow,
myself.
Scotty sure
Oh.
is triggered. Wow, see, Dinah's all right.
Come on, you didn't really
I'm just
throw
saying.
that. Oh my god.
Sorry.
Oh.
My opinion.
Hey, Diana, are you going to leave this stream up?
Oh, no, I don't. I never leave screens up, Aaron.
There's no sense in being here then.
No, I'm recording it.
In case Aaron kills
Don't run.
himself, apparently
Don't
his
run.
family can sue me.
I already said I was recording it. I'll put it on one of my channels.
Yeah, thanks, Felomon.
If you had ovaries, this would be the one to leave up right here.
This is the one you think? Well, Aaron, then bring it. Then bring it. Bring it now. What is it?
When you bring it, you get thrown in the back. These
Bring up
pups.
some reality. For real.
Yeah, forever.
Well, you guys have been all like fantasy since you started the stream in the chat up here. It's all been fantasy. How do you swing back at all of that fantasy? It takes me a year to swing back at it. I mean, we've only been going what, 27 minutes? It'd take me a year to swing back at all your fantasy.
That's like a projection.
But we have to cut
Every-
that
You're
out.
dumb,
talk
dude.
more shit
You're
about
dumb.
everyone. You talk shit
You're dumb.
about everyone around versus you.
You're dumb.
And then you then blame the people
You're dumb.
that you do it to for the same things that you
You're on loop. We've heard your loop
No,
many
no,
times.
we know.
Along with that.
We've all seen that.
We know it is in his
We all know
extensive investigations that he does. They know, right?
Everyone always.
For a long time.
Everybody. Forever.
You have to take accountability and show some proof.
Yeah. When you gonna take accountability?
Whenever you want. When you want to talk for what?
I mean, we just have our experiences with you. So
Right.
No, you don't have an experience after trying to data mine me after one call through Telegram and then I blocked you, Diana. That's not real good intelligence there. One phone call for maybe an hour.
And you've never been to my house for dinner. Okay.
What did Autotron do?
Okay, we have YouTube experience.
Don't move the goalpost too far down the road.
Oh,
there, Sammy.
that was actually relevant because you brought it up.
No, it's moving the goalpost like a bitch.
No, you opened the line of questioning.
Okay, yeah. Well, let's start with Flathead being the main supporter of Mouth the longest.
You're the main supporter of the longest.
Can you prove the longest? Can you
Prove it. Yeah, he was.
We saw you.
Well, before we go over to that evidence, look.
Whatever.
By the way, Pro Cop Hater needs to answer the question about the thumbnail. His GoFundMe is a little sus. He's saying that those two dogs on the thumbnail are the same dog. Impossible.
Now to a disturbing story where a woman is accused of shooting her dogs more than 100 times with a gas-powered BB gun. Hernando County deputies posted these pictures on Facebook. They say x-rays revealed 2 of her 3 dogs had 173 projectiles embedded in them. The 37-year-old woman was arrested yesterday. Deputies say their investigation began last month when a neighbor called saying they heard the dogs yelping and saw animals limping. The woman is facing several charges of felony aggravated animal cruelty.
And immediately he started on me. He started calling me Calzette instead of Cosette.
I know. Here. I know. I know.
She's been stupid enough
This is
to
the dog
use
that
a
got shot over in
camera.
Philly? The dog that got shot in the news article was not adopted by Pro Cop Hater. And Pro Cop Hater does not need to take care of the hundreds of babies that are still in the dogs because, just like you heard in the video, they've already been removed. I'm speculating that that's maybe what you're doing. Yeah. Okay, they had another dog. That dog didn't get shot though. The 2 that got shot were the 2 in the video, which is not the dog that you're claiming is the one. I'm deflecting, then go donate to him. Go donate to his game.
Something I failed to mention earlier, but a couple of days ago there was a mass shooting in Nova Scotia, and last I heard, it hasn't been auto-hoaxed yet, so I just figured I'd pass this on to Fellowmon so that he could get on that for his next stream.
Okay, who's the wise guy? I'm gonna take you fucking gangsters down, every last one.
So Tommy wants to call Edward, and I was there that night when he did it. He called Edward a pedophile. And then told everybody in the chat room, which was full of his people more than it was anyone.
Wow, that's some victim shit right there, especially when her and Edward like to go around and throw the first stone of calling people pedos and supporters and shit like that. You know, it's just amazing.
To type one in the room if they would not leave their children with Edward. A pedophile calling another person a pedophile. But you're an abusive bitch, Tommy.
Wow. I mean, if you go back through the Pandora recordings on the way she was being abusive with her mouth and accusing people of being sickos, I mean, dude.
You're an abusive bitch.
Wow. I wonder if she's jelly because Tommy was able to do like over 100 catches within a couple of years or something like that, and she only got like 7 or 8. You know what I'm saying?
Gutter
And
punks.
for
What
10
part
years
of
that
putting
she's
your
been
children in
doing.
danger did you not recognize?
Gutter punks.
So when you were asked about this, you denied it, right? So you don't want to call out my name. Now you got my attention.
Oh.
And I have a right to check out anything I download.
Oh, she does, but other people aren't, especially into her story, right? But what's amazing is Tommy, I guess, did get taken out for the first 5 accusations they threw at him, so she's gonna keep on going with it. All right.
Whether it be Edward, whether it be, I don't care if it was my brother, my mother, my sister, my fucking dog. I have every right to check it out. And if you don't think I do, then that tells me you got something to hide.
Oh.
Edward has not asked me not to check it out. He's more or less welcomed me to do so.
Oh yeah, that's
And
right.
then
Tommy.
and I don't know.
Tommy
Alex,
is from Arizona. I think I remember.
I learned of him last night. Who got on a panel and really came at me.
You know, I don't know if I've seen anything in here on meth charges yet on Tommy, but apparently it's on Edwards. You know, we didn't know that till
You
earlier.
guys
Wow.
have voted him to be the top dog of all dogs over there because he laid on the bed. You can see his Dunlap, and he's scratching the hell out of his ass, and all you can see is his elbow. His whole arm was down there.
Gutter
The whole time
punks.
he was on a cam, prying into Edward's private business.
Gutter punk.
And then puts it public.
Gutter punks.
That could be one big old play fight where Tommy and Edward are supposed to go clash with each other to deepen each other's covers somehow. I mean, you don't know.
Aren't you kind
It's
of...
a pretty good rap sheet there, Tommy.
I don't know
Wow.
what's going on over there, but you know what? I'm seeing monkey see, monkey do shit now.
Uh-huh.
I'd rather stay in my little corner over here on my channel. And
Yeah. After she got rear ahead in the pack and was calling Monty the pedo, right? Wow, man. Wow.
Aren't you kind of
Deuce
old
down
for
in the
me?
little corner.
I'm not ready to say he's guilty of child porn. I won't do it. He believes that I did not do.
Yeah.
He believes that because we talked about
You
it. I'm going
guys
to tell
are
it to
you
Edward.
guys are so quick at doing it to other people.
I'm sorry, but I am. He does not believe that Clovis could do something like that.
Flexion City, baby.
When he could have easily thought I did.
Incredible.
See, by the way I was treated by the people in the chat room, when the young man on the panel couldn't even ask for respect in his
All
chat
right.
room.
So, well, so what? I mean, this is a good narrative as far as domestic violence and assault and criminal damage and delinquency with the minor, contributing to delinquency of minor. You know, a lot of these guys just like to come, man. 21 or so domestic violence charges, assaults,
and arson, right? That he got out of a lot to be able to still cruise around. This is looks like, you know, back 2011 sometime. Interesting. Well, I mean, that's what they do, is they'll go back to then to deflect away from what's more recent with Edward. Oh, wow. This is
For
great.
me,
This is great stuff.
this is not where I need to be, but I will do my apologies.
Okay, you have fun doing that.
Nasty Troll Media presents Spraying Urine from a Tractor. Now in color.
Shika, 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 taco spraying urine from a tractor. Shika, 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 taco spraying urine from that urine from a tractor.
But Tommy, I'm gonna be your fucking nightmare.
She said that about Monty, right? she's now in a little armadillo den, holding up in a little corner. Oh man.
You called the Kraken, bitch.
Wow.
I'm gonna find out all I can about you. How much money are you making off this? Because see, I was doing statistics too.
Oh.
Being a pedophile hunt.
So instead of looking into Edward like she said she was, she's looking into Tommy. And, you know, I'm wondering how much donos he was getting in the background to ducks. You know, just random people, you know? To give out doxes. I mean, I'd like to know how much his PayPal was ringing up, every month or so. You know, on donos to dox people for other people because they're butthurt.
Can bring in a lot of money if people want to start donating. Hell, being a fucking human walking shield with legs.
Oh, wait a minute. So earlier, Clovis says that she's gonna look into this, into the Edward, all deep up into it. She calls him on the phone. He says, I'm okay. I didn't do anything, right? Oh, case closed then. Let's move on to Tommy. Oh my gosh. The way this stuff works. Wow.
A man with the initials TS
Oh.
can bring in a lot of money evidently.
You jelly? You jelly there?
So, an abusive man who doesn't care if he puts fear into his own children, trying to be out there saving others, and downloading porn on his GoPro.
Wow.
And then passing on to another too.
Talk about putting some fear into children there, Clovis. Little lady there, listening to you trying to bust out Monty, calling him a pedo and starting a war. Wow.
To edit it. But that's a lie, he says. Just like this here's a lie that I'm showing on the screen. Gotcha, Tommy. So why would you even say my name? And type in Edward's chat last night. Clovis
Yeah,
don't care.
there's some abusive shit going on there, definitely with that Tommy case, but I'm telling you, it's probably nothing like what's going to happen with Edward and his meth charges. They're possible CP. Possible, maybe.
So you're going to speak for Clovis? Okay. You don't speak for me.
She was speaking for me at one time, right? Where they were trying to suppress my ass so I couldn't tell my side of any stories.
Motherfuckers out there speaking for me. Nobody.
Uh-huh. Nick and Edward were doing that, and Angelo were doing that.
Wow.
That's an understatement there, lady.
This is messed up. It's almost done.
It's even more messed up for Ted. His brother's got CP charges where he didn't say anything in a CP or a predator catching community while he's trying to call other people preds. 30 more seconds.
Aggravated assault / other domestic violence. Violence. Do you know what the word violence is, Tommy, or should I Google it for you and give you the definition? Because evidently you don't understand what violence is. But you turn around. Oh. You can't make this shit up.
That's right. Crazy. Oh, wait a minute. What do we got there? Documents. We like documents.
Wow.
Yeah.
Looks like they took photographs of her injuries.
Yeah, we're not seeing any meth involved there,
Wow.
Clovis. Amazing. Yeah, where's the meth? Like
So,
your buddy Edward.
Here you go, people.
I'd be worried a little more about that.
You know, I'm willing to get you guys a few. This is this guy.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's go back. Let's see whose channel it is. Who's she get it off of? Probably Edward.
You know,
Should we
I'm
put a
willing
bet
to
on
get
it?
you guys a few.
No, the real MasterCard.
I didn't subscribe to this guy.
Oh, that's interesting how that guy, the real MasterCard, was on my channel. Yeah, these guys are really, this is really kind of newer to me too. But yeah, there you go. All right, get it.
People like fighting. Some people love the fighting. Some people... like truthing, dude. Yeah. Truth to be told. You know, Nicola comes on and says, "Oh, yesterday, last week, you fucking slapped her and that with the truth." Yeah, that's what I've done since day one, Nicola. Right, so here we go. Listen to this very carefully, Durden and Urban. And I will upload the video proving this. In January, I went to bed. And I left my laptop logged into a private hangout with several of my friends in. Nicola was one of them people. I'll run through who the other people were. Scotty, VP, FM, OJM, Charlie Shaw, blah, 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 blah. There was loads of them in there. Scotty, at any time, if I tell something that's not the truth, stop me. Okay? About 7:30 in the morning, I woke up, and Nicola, and guess what happened 4 months later? 4 months later, she said that I was masturbating on that call in the hangout 4 months later. And to qualify it, she said that her flatmate was there and she'd heard it as well. And then she changed the story and said she doesn't have a flatmate, she lives on her own with us. And ironically, it was Lani who said, yeah, you did say, Nicola, that your flatmate was there. So that is what Nicola F is. She's a match piece of shit, and no man on this platform should listen to anything she's got to say. Scotty, have I told a word of a lie?
No, that was, I mean, I don't know about I missed some of the flatmate story, but it seems like that story was the case, you know.
So there we go. So no one needs to worry about Nicola F and no.
Who's gonna take the weight?
Where's Aaron Cox? Where's his little piece of shit channel?
I think he's had enough of me. I think he regrets putting my name, my legal name on his videos and fucking with me. I think he regrets it now. I really do.
They've been talking freaking shit for weeks. Come on in here. You want drop? Come on in here, Cox. Come on in here, Cox.
Didn't work out too good with you and Paul.
Well, no, not really.
Come on in here, cocks.
Look said, hey man, listen, I got a bunch of weird people always trying to contact me all the time.
Your privilege is expired, whatever it is that you have, you know, it's over. Your privilege is expired, whatever it is that you had, you know, it's over.
Aaron Victor Cox of the Coast Guard Cyber Division, sends it for him to make a mockery of. Aaron Victor Cox of the Coast Guard Cyber Division, sends it for him to make a mockery of, pictures and watching the video, just like these people are always finding excuses for it. Yeah, I'm consumed with it, I ain't gonna lie. One thing I'm bad at on here is honest, just fucking hate these people.
I want to know where the freaking babies are. Cocks. They've been weeks. Drop. Come on in here, cocks. Come on in here, cocks.
Didn't work out too good with you and Paul.
Come on in here. One drop. Come on in here, cocks. Come on in here, cocks. Come on in here. One drop. One drop. Come on in here. One drop. One drop.
Bad at on here, honest, just fucking hate these people, man. But yeah, sure, you know what I mean. I don't know, maybe I got like a little bit of a pride or ego problem or something, but like, I don't know. Well, now that you two are here, and if Renee can hear, she says that you two doxed her.
Then I said two.
Okay? One thing I'm bad at is too honest, just fucking hate these people, man. Like, so, but yeah, sure, you know what I mean. I don't know, maybe I got like a little bit of a pride or ego problem or something, but like, I don't know. Well, now that you two are here, and if Renee can hear, she says...
Bitch. We're not doing that now. I love that. I love that. We're not doing that now. Oh my god. I am so funny. Wow, tough crowd. Welcome to the Fart Porn King and Queen Awards. As host and judge, I get the esteemed privilege of taste testing. Without further ado, let's welcome Thomas Shitburger and Denise Mad Cow.
I have one for you, Hoaxy baby.
Oh yeah, peanut butter toast. Oh, that is good.
Okay, wait. It's my turn.
Cockroach poop. Interesting. Frenchy. Okay, wait. So, which of you is king and which is the queen?
I have been charged with doing 100%. Gilded, I didn't know that. I don't know how that you guys' community can get back on track. I don't know how that can happen. I think it's imploded with so many different pockets. Like, it came to our pocket, and these people are even throwing it all over. And even the people I least expected, what a video just are one of our communities last night. And it's like, really? She's getting on the bandwagon too? It's like, okay, people, fucking idiots.
The bandwagon for what?
The hate Edward bandwagon.
Oh, that's because they're trying to bounce around different communities to find people that know them.
No, these are people from, like, other pockets we're in. Not necessarily Edward, but some of us. We're in lots of different pockets. And all these fucking people, because of one certain YouTuber in our pocket, went spreading it all over, that Edward's had a problem with in the past.
I don't know, maybe I got like a little bit of a pride
You know?
or ego problem or something, but like...
Toxic pocket. No, this has gone beyond the catcher community. We're not a part of the catcher community, and it's in other pockets that we're in, that we frequent. Yeah. Lots. I'm in many different pockets, and so are a bunch of other people that we all hang to because we've known since 2016. It's like after Vegas, we all kind of like, we're like, oh shit, this is YouTube. There's all kinds of shit on here and different pockets. And then you know how you send links to your friends and then you're all a part of that pocket.
My lights are on, but Joe's at home. Obama's voice is on my phone. My earpiece, approval's down. I'll get a cat and scream out loud. When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes right back to sleep. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who drops down to one knee. When you ask me simple question, I'm gonna be the man who runs away from you. And when I mumble, hey, I know I'm gonna be the man who's mumbling to you. And I would lie 500 times, and I would lie 500 more just to be the man who lies 1,000 lies and shows up at your door. Can't work. So? You can't be. Who said? There's no doubt. I'm in need. Inflation's up, my votes are down. The people say that I'm a... Oh, Trump supporters think I'm gonna lose in the end. No way. 81 million people say they can't get enough and know I'm gonna have to face it. I'm addicted to lies. Might as well face it, I'm addicted to lies. That's right. Might as well face it, I'm addicted to lies. Go, Joe. Might as well face it, I'm addicted to lies. All right, that's enough. Might as well face it, I'm addicted to lies. I think they get the point. All right, Joe, that's Joe. Might as well face it, I'm addicted to lies. Wait. Shut up. All right. Might as well face it, I'm addicted to lies. When I'm working, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who works for me, not you. And when the money comes in for the work I'll do, I'll pass absolutely nothing on to you. But I would tell 500 lies, and I would tell 500 more just to be the man who lies 1,000 times and shows up at your door. Fuck you!
got about.
They're back to their old
I
tricks.
think it's 7 of their dogs in the town. It's like.
This is not a lie. He can silence you from doing any artwork at all. That should concern everybody, no matter what you think of me. But he can silence you from doing any artwork at all. That should concern everybody, no matter what you think of me or any of these other characters. You need to be concerned. This is not a lie.
I've got doxes on all bitches, so you better beware.
Oh yeah, I'm in a mood today.
Not ready. Not ready for this. You're not ready for prime time. Dude, you're just not ready for this. You're not ready for prime time.
We got to warn the world. Top troll is loose.
Military reasons. I don't know anything about Aaron Cox's military service. It was probably honorable, whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm in a mood today.
Other members of the same group are doing the stalk the police. Aaron Cox's friends were not interested in just being ready with a camera in case the police get brutal. Anyone can do that and should do that. If you see the police, doing something, you happen to be there, and you happen to have a camera, go ahead and use it. But they do something quite different. And Aaron Cox never could answer this question when I said to him, why was your friend outside the Naval Air Station down here taking film of planes going in the gate? That's not police corruption. On top of it, I watched some of these people. We've got one down here now, likes to go around. And he goes into all the small towns around this part of Texas. And I watched him. He goes up to a cop who's just standing there, and not even just cops, even just rent-a-cops, whatever. He'll go up to anyone with a uniform, and he'll start needling them, verbally needling them, standing there with his camera, saying, I'm just here to make sure you're mentally fit for the job. And he'll start needling and needling and needling, trying to get a reaction, harassing people who are,
You're just standing there, whatever reason the security guard or cop or whatever had for being there. You don't need this. That's not auditing. That's not just watching to record something if the cop should act unprofessionally or whatever. That's not solving police corruption problems. That's creating a problem where none exists. Because it's perfectly legitimate
for a cop to be standing in a place where he's assigned to stand for whatever reason. Maybe he's been told to stand there looking for a certain party they're looking for. Or maybe he's just a security guard standing there in case some hooligans come along and try to bust windows. Who knows? But what these Aaron Cox's friends are doing has nothing at all to do with police corruption. Aaron Cox himself admits with being part of the deep marketing, as I was saying earlier. One of our Hillary, the Irish artist, was recruited to do this deep marketing by creating blogs and things.
I didn't say that. You said that.
This is not a lie.
I didn't say that. You said that.
Yeah, he wants to get real quiet when he says, you know, he don't really say my name much. You know, he's got all of his little misses talking about me. But, you know, bro, like, I'm making these streams, bro, and everybody knows what it is. You know what my picture is, bro, like, 8x6, hot as fuck, dirty as fuck, smells like a little manufactured meth pad, or what would we call that? I mean, bruh, 300, you were stressing on 300, Edward, for 2 kids? Like, that's depressing to me. This dude thought, yeah, I mean, that's a loser thought. Like, yeah, they're hitting me for this 300. I don't have no control, so I'm just gonna quit my job, and then I'm just gonna hit back on the oldies. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have the old ones hit for me, and then the cash out. It's just so crazy, and it makes sense if you guys don't see this little like pattern that's going on here. Yeah, the dude quit, and he wants everything under the table via Cash App and PayPal. Wow, and he hasn't had a job and whatever. And then this dude, bruh. I mean, I know Walmart might be your expertise, but like, bruh, you got fired from there. Try something else. Become like a plumber. Like get like a trade or something, bro. Like, you need a role model, mister. Like, YouTube star didn't work out for you, bro. You're not doing the right decisions. Like, there's no way that you should be a suspect in a CP case. Have your house, your door kicked in. Let me back up again. Have your mom's door kicked in, selling meth out of that house that your mom's door got kicked in. Your lazy ass 2.5 hits deep, laying up at 4 a.m, answering the door, fucking ramen in the fucking microwave, cold as fuck. Probably ain't showered in like 8 good days. 2.5 hits, y'all. 22 days, 2.5. Ed, come on, bruh. And then, like, that's pretty loser as it is. Like, bruh, like, could you imagine talking to one of your buddies? Hey, where have you been? You know, I just got out of jail. For what, bruh? Oh, you know, meth. Oh, crazy. Yeah, and my house got raided. Oh, bruh, that's pretty crazy. Well, it was my mom's house. Oh, that's really crazy. Yeah, my brother was an infection meth. Well, fuck, that's even crazier. And he's still in jail, too. Oh, bro, fuck. Hey, and he's got CP on hard. Oh, fuck, bro. Like, holy shit. Like, that was like... I just rattled 7 things off right now, bruh. Wow. I pulled a flavor on you. Wow. And then I don't take care of my kids. Wait, what? Bruh, he don't take care of his kids, you guys. Like, this motherfucker first abandoned them and then chose to get fucking donations over PayPal, and he's pimping some guy and these old ladies getting money, and his kids are over here struggling. But this motherfucker talks about, I built a community to save the kids. Motherfucker, I don't want to be a part of your community. No, you did not. That's not no fucking community. That's called welfare, motherfucker. And I noticed you didn't like that word. You got kind of triggered. Some people were saying that in your chat the other day. Like, no, it's not welfare, motherfucker. Yeah, it is, you bitch. If you don't have a job, you don't contribute to fucking society, you get money from the government for old people, aka 60 plus, 75 plus year old ladies. Shame on you. Welfare. Loser. Take care of your kids. Get your shit together. Put the fucking meth pipe down. Cut your ponytail. Take a fucking shower. Get some fucking juice in your vape. Get a bigger closet. Clean that fucking closet. See your kids. Be a dad. Bruh, all that shit I just announced right there had zero to do with YouTube. Zero. Zilch.
You have to do what he's doing in order just to try to have something later in life. You know, that's con artist stuff, you know? And, you know, I don't know if it's something that he learned when he was in prison, you know?
No, he was diagnosed as a master manipulator when he was about 4 years old.
Okay. Because,
Hawley.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Marcos, can I just start with you? You testified a moment ago to Senator Butler that every child gets a Know Your Rights presentation. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Is that before or after you release them to labor traffickers?
Senator, every child that comes into our care gets a Know Your Rights presentation as well as...
Have you read these New York Times reports? These stories, the series of stories the New York Times has done on the children who are in your care. Have you read them?
Yes, I have.
Have you read that children are scrubbing dishes? They are operating heavy machinery. They are delivering meals. They are harvesting coffee. They are working construction. They are working as housekeepers. They are working overnight shifts at plants where they are not paid. They are not going to school. They are not cared for. They are not giving meals. Almost all of it illegally. Are you aware of that? That's a yes or no.
Yes.
Do the Know Your Rights presentation help them in those situations?
Senator, ORR...
That's a yes or no, I think. Do you really think that you're helping these children by releasing them to labor traffickers and, yes, sex traffickers? 85,000 children whom you have no contact with, and your answer is we gave them a presentation before we turned them over to these people who are exploiting them on a scale not seen in this country for 100 years, a century. A century. It's a disgrace in the United States of America. Let me ask you this. You did an audit, I noticed, where you gave yourself a clean bill of health. So just tell me this. Do you require sponsors to document their relationship with the child?
Senator, we have a thorough vetting process.
Do you require sponsors to document their relationship with the child?
Yes, we go through.
No, you do not. You do not. Have you read the Senate's Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations reports on your office? There was one in 2016. There was one in 2018. There was one in 2020. There was one in 2022. Spanning administrations, what they found is you do not require sponsors to document their relationship with the child. You release them anyway. What about background checks? Do you require background checks on all adults in the household?
In cases where the child is being released to their parents, we do not require background checks. But Senator, I would
Do you
really
require
like,
background checks on all adults in the household in any case?
Yes, in some cases we do.
What percentage of cases do you do background checks on the adults in the household?
I don't have that number.
Do you do home visits in all cases? You can actually see where these children are being released, whose care you're putting them in?
We do not do home visits in all cases. Senator, I'd really like the opportunity to talk about what we are doing.
I know what you're doing, and it's incredibly and totally inadequate. And we can read about it in the New York Times. Let me you say you've read it. Let's talk a little bit about that New York Times report, if we could. Here's a quote from the April 17th installment. Again and again, veteran government staffers and outside contractors told HHS, including reports that reached the secretary, that children appeared to be at risk. Did you warn the secretary that children were at risk?
Senator, I'm in regular contact with the secretary. And
Did you warn him that children were at risk?
Safety and well-being of children is our top priority.
Did you warn him that children were at risk?
I'm not going to get into the conversations I've had.
You're here and you're under oath, and this is an oversight hearing. And we need to know what you're doing because you're manifestly not doing your job. Did you warn him that children were at risk? Do you believe that children are at risk? Let's start with that.
Yes.
Okay. Did you warn the secretary?
Senator, I'm not going to get into the specifics of my conversation, but I would like the opportunity.
Why wouldn't you warn the secretary that children were at
I
risk?
would like the opportunity to talk about what we
Let's
are
look at what
doing.
the secretary said to you. The other one, James. Yeah, that one. At least 5 HHS staff members said they were pushed out after raising concerns about child safety. Mr. Becerra, the secretary, told the ORR director, that's you, right, that if she could not increase the number of discharges, he would find someone who could. And then he went on to say that if Henry Ford had run his plants like this, he would never have become famous and rich. This is not the way you do an assembly line. Get the kids out, run them through, get them out to those sponsors, those traffickers. Why didn't you resign when he said this? Do you think that this is morally acceptable?
Senator, I joined ORR in September of 2022. I believe that was reported prior to my arrival, but I cannot speak.
This is from an article this year.
I can't speak to what the secretary.
Do you think that this is acceptable to run ORR like an assembly line and to release these children
I
to
can assure
traffickers?
you we do not run ORR like an assembly line. The safety and well-being of children is our top concern. And by
Plainly
statute,
not. Plainly, it is not your top concern because you have managed to lose 85,000 of them. And the Times knows where they are, or 2/3 of them, and they're with labor traffickers. It's unbelievable. Let me just ask you this. How many kids right now, of the 430,000 approximately unaccompanied children across the border under this administration, it's an astounding number. How many are you in regular contact with right now?
Senator, we have a number of different providers across the country.
Well, what's the number? How many of you are you in? You said child welfare is your top concern. What's the number?
I don't have the specific numbers.
How can you not know? Why would you come to this hearing and not know?
Respectfully, if you would like us to provide comprehensive case management to children after they're released from our care, so we can report.
Respectfully, I would like you to do your job and not release children to human traffickers. Respectfully, that's what I would like. I'd like you not facilitate the largest child trafficking ring in American history. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
What kind of trailer is this? I can hardly fit through the door. Well, the bedroom is a decent size. I would have to make some burlap blackout curtains. That'll look great with my bed. I could have been an interior decorator, but I prefer to sit and do handwork. That's probably why my ass is so big.
Hey JD, this is what it feels like when people have your back. You know that dumb shit you just said about 10 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago or so? Yeah, I got hit by about 20 to 30 people in and around there. Literally did. Had that many people screenshotting your dumb shit. I'm just going to add that to your greatest hits down at the cop shop. That's called slander, you fucking idiot. And nobody believes you. We're all laughing at how cartoonishly vile you're trying to paint me out as. Nobody fucking believes that of me, you dumb fuck. You're so stupid. Dude, Have you learned nothing? I mean, if you're gonna fucking lie, at least the most tad bit believable. Nobody's gonna buy any of that shit, dude. Nobody believes a fucking word you say to begin with. So you decide to like try to make shit the most cartoonishly vile possible. Oh, what happened to the Hagwood family, JD? I thought you were gonna call and get me in all sorts of trouble. I wasn't gonna have my fucking back anymore by this day, right?
Hold up there, dorkbot. What's an anon like guy worried about slander? First of all, there, dorkbot. Seriously, man. This guy's all worried about slander. And he's an anon. Oh, cry to the cops, cry to the cops. Man, he needs a little height for a little more.
Deep in his base, man. He needs to get a little hair on the chest. Dead dorkbot.
I was going to be in jail. Man. Guys, I gotta tell you something. I'm making this video from jail. I'm sorry, guys. JD was right. He got me.
Oh, wait a minute. We all know that would never fucking happen. JD, you're a complete fuck up. Nate's Garage, you're a complete fuck up that let himself get groomed by JD. You're disgusting. Both of you are disgusting. I hope you have fun when you lay down with your mother tonight, JD. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, hey, I appreciate everybody having my back. JD will never know what that feels like, because nobody has his back, except a couple of fucking scumbags and some fucking idiots. Oh, and a whore, of course.
This is
Detective
not
Holmes took issue with me calling her a whore. Can you believe that? Detective Holmes, that's just what I was told by 3 people that literally live right there at her town. I mean, it's a small town. People talk.
Don't shoot the fucking messenger, man. I don't know. Maybe she's not.
That's just what I was told. I don't know.
You know, but
That's just what I was told. So, don't shoot the messenger, Lieutenant Dan. Anyway, JD, have a wonderful night. Nobody believes you, moron. So keep on. Please say some more shit that I can just add to your greatest hits file down at the local cop shop. That's what I want you to do. Keep talking there, pal. Keep on talking. Number 1, we get to laugh at you. Number 2,
I just had more to fucking nail your ass to the wall with. You know, like when you nailed Nate's ass to the wall? Yeah, it's kind of like that. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. Peace.
In preparing a video today, I came across one of the saddest things that I've seen in a long, long time. And
And you see the one that's compressed at the top? That's what it looks like when they fail. And when they fail, it will take out the cam with it. It's more of an actual like mechanical problem. Like here's a AFM lifter that destroyed the cam.
Hey, lady.
La-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee.
Okay, okay. Wait a minute, shit. Shit.
Vic, I won't wait till the morning. I'll call your dumbass right now. Out right now. You're a fucking fool, a liar, piece of shit. You're one of the biggest.
Wow, we've definitely proved the other way on Dorkbot there on who's the propagandist. Just like the Denise Mad Cow. No wonder Sam Clinton had her up in the camp, in his camp. For a little while, at least, anyway. And then they had to play fight because I think, we were kind of on to all their bullshit. And they're like, oh, hurry, change the script and shit, right? But we're going to make fun of Bot here. Maybe we'll even make his voice sound funny here for a second.
Jokes in this fucking community, so shut your fucking mouth. I've called you out so many times
and you never once answered because you know why? Because you can't. You can't. Because you can't back up a fucking thing you say, you senile old fuck.
Well, I wonder if he's talking about Vic there because, I mean, I think Vic's been able to show more than what he's been able to. Right? I mean, Dorkbot does all this stuff as far as, like all this community awareness and stuff like that or something, or community volunteer work. Doesn't show anything for it. And what it reminds me of is the China character up in Canada that was saying the same thing. Oh, I go out in the community and volunteer, and he had a Rolex. You guys remember the Rolex? He was going to give away, but ended up didn't give it away. Got fired from the post office. I mean, come on, man. These guys are hiring some losers to try to blast you. This is just another propagandist like Denise Mad Cow that we've been playing. Dork.
I don't give a fuck who you're calling out. If you call out the good guy, good, man. Woke up and pay me your goddamn senses on that, you moron. About fucking time. Join the giant crowd that thinks he's an asshole. Good for you. You talk shit on my name, motherfucker. Prove I've ever said a lie. Prove I've ever said anything wrong.
Oh my gosh. So this video was 1 month ago, and since then, been able to prove a lot about this guy. I mean, whether or not the docs is right or whatever, but it's still, well, let's just put it that way. The Brent guy, his wife can go ahead and call me. You guys, everybody's got my number, I guess. Since it's been doxed all over the place.
Go for it, motherfucker. Bet you won't. You won't fucking show any of your receipts that you claim you were gonna show because you're a fucking liar.
Oh.
So point that fucking...
That guy, see, another one just from behind a black screen saying everybody else needs their show receipts. He just keeps on talking and talking. It's like another crisis actor hired off of Craigslist to sit there and blast you, hired through maybe Sam Clinton's communications company. I mean, why else have a shadow box 2.0, right? Right, Sam?
Yeah. Bet you won't do that either because you never fucking call yourself out because you can't admit you make mistakes, you fucking old fuck. That's something I can fucking admit. Any time of the day. I'm a fucking human being. I make mistakes all the time. Now, see you fucking say the same, Vic. Let's see some of these receipts you claim you have, Vic. You're a liar. A giant liar. So like I said, turn that mirror towards yourself.
Wow.
And while you're at it, put a middle finger up while you're looking in the mirror. Because you can go fuck yourself. You've been war-botted.
Been dork-botted. Oh my gosh. If they want the idea, that idea, let them learn bot. I mean, I will give shout-outs. I mean, where they're due. Shout out to Sugar Shine, to a freaking cool freaking channel she built. That's it. That's all I gotta say about that situation. Thanks for joining in, everybody. I think we've got something else left, and then I gotta get out of here. Crazy, man. Oh, yeah. We got some stuff left here. Oh, man. All right, and I think I got to do some resetting or something happening.
Why are you issuing privacy complaints, Ed, right now? Because I can, that's why. Issued one complaint against you.
I'm not going to sit there and waste time issuing more complaints. I'm not stopping anybody from talking about anything they want. Did I go onto anybody's panel whenever they're doing panels and be like, hey, stop talking about this. I don't want you talking. No, I didn't do that. I don't do that. People can talk about me all they fucking want. Just don't talk to me.
Center for Missing Children sat down with NewsAid to talk about the warning signs of online abuse and some of the best deterrents.
Google reported the uploads to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. They in turn contacted the Indian State Police, who applied for a search warrant. Several tips from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children have led to charges.
Any given day, analysts working the cyber tip line at the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children sort through thousands of reports. That's tens of thousands of images and videos of suspected child sexual abuse flooding in every day from electronic service providers like Google, Microsoft, Facebook, and more. NCMEC is the critical hub, quickly getting these reports in the hands of law enforcement.
I have that call. There's a phone with Edward and Penny. Edward doesn't want out. Stay That's tuned. True, but I have the call. Nobody else has it.
Well, apparently 2 other people could have it.
It was basically, all right, here's the story, y'all. So Penny was running background checks on people, and I found out. So we confirmed it.
When you search for Edward online, you will find this booking sheet for Polk County. It shows that both him and his brother were arrested on January 14, 2020 for drug-related charges. Our source reached out to the sheriff and county clerk to obtain the arrest report referenced on the booking sheet, but were referred to the Texas State Office of Attorney General. After fighting to obtain the records, a ruling was made on which documents are okay to release to the public. Both and his brother are listed on this document as suspects. The report reads, quote, on January 14, 2020, Child Exploitation Unit investigators arrested redacted 33 of Livingston on one count of attempting to take a weapon from a peace officer. This case is the result of a National Center for Missing and Exploited Children cyber tip line report involving the upload of child redacted to an online storage account. On January 14, 20 Child Exploitation Unit investigators executed a search warrant at a residence in Livingston, possession of child redacted. During the execution of the search warrant, investigators encountered redacted in a locked bedroom. Redacted grabbed an investigator's handgun in an attempt to take it from him, but was unsuccessful. This case is still open, end quote. There are more documents that were exempt from public disclosure and were held citing Public Information Act 552.108. Quote, information held by a law enforcement agency or prosecutor that deals with the detection, investigation, or prosecution of a crime is accepted from the requirements. The Assistant Attorney General went on to state, quote, the requested offense report pertains to an active criminal investigation being conducted by the OAG's Criminal Investigations Division. Release of this information at this time will interfere with the investigation and potential prosecution of this case, end quote. We will be following up on this when more information is available.
We need everybody to smash the like. It's gonna take all of us.
So
where did your feud with FCC stem from, Mitch? That's a feud I don't understand.
Oh wow, actually thank you for asking, Ray. I'm glad you asked that question.
Yeah.
FCC, how did that start, man? Why don't you explain to Ray how that started? Because it is kind of ironic considering what happened tonight.
What was the question?
Go ahead.
How did you feud with Mitch start? With Mitch Richmond? Yeah. Because he's a fucking weirdo, that's why. That's it.
Yeah, tell the truth. Come on, don't dodge the question, man. You have a
Dude, you're a weirdo, and I don't fuck with weirdos, so that's
You
it.
have no games for weirdos?
Huh?
No games for weirdos?
Zero, dude. I don't really like to fuck with autistic people or people on the spectrum. I'll talk shit about them, but I don't like to engage with them in real life. It's
the more you dance around the issue and the question is gonna look on you. So just be upfront with the man. Answer his question, you stupid fucking idiot.
What is the question, Mitch?
You want to repeat it for this wet brain, Ray?
Wet brain or wet back, sir? Because I don't tolerate racism on my pedal.
Yeah, Mitch, come on. No racism, man. Come on.
I said, where did this blood feud stem from? Like, how did we get here? Where did it all start? Were you born a black child?
He honestly probably doesn't remember. So I'll bail him out. You know.
I remember.
Well, then answer it.
You were trolling Ryan on his stream, and I thought it was offensive and inappropriate, and I called you out on it, man. That's what you're doing tonight. You're gaslighting tonight. It's the same fucking shit, dude. So fuck you, and it's the same shit. The same thing you try to do to Ed. You gaslight people. You have no original content. All you do is gaslight. You're lame. Nobody cares about you, and you're a waste of fucking space. So that's how it started.
Okay, so let the record show that FCC, the reason he got mad at me.
We don't have a fucking stenographer, Mitch. What do you mean let the record? There is no record, sir. But
yeah, who's holding the
I'll make a mental note, Mitch. I promise I'll make a mental note.
Well, is that why you guys are so reckless with what you say and the truth, and because that's how you feel? There is no official record. I mean, there are people paying attention.
Who are these people?
This is your audience, man. They're real human beings.
Hey, Mitch, I said what I said, so that's how it started. You were trolling Ryan. You were trying to get him to start shit, and I called you out because you have nothing original to bring here. You only gaslight. You try and pit people against each other. It's kind of a fucking sad existence, and I can smell it from a mile away, dude. And I smelled your shit from a mile away. I called you out on it, and you got your fucking butt hurt, and you retreated for a month, and now you're back. So go back into your fucking hole, dude.
So you smelled my shit?
Yeah, and it smells like fucking Ovaltine, whatever your mom feeds you, dude. You're still on the baby formula. Does your mom still give you baby formula?
That's a good own. So what I was about to say is let the record show that you are stating right now, the reason that you got mad at me It's because I trolled
Objection,
Ryan.
leading. If we're gonna do a fake courtroom show, we need Jeff's lawyer. You were leading. Please rephrase the question, Mitch.
Yeah, I didn't get mad. Don't speak to my emotions. I didn't get mad.
Hypothetically speaking, if people were to rewind this stream, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, do you think they could maybe find an example of you trolling? Doing the same thing? Minutes ago, and that's the reason that you're mad at me.
I wasn't trolling Ryan. I wasn't trolling Ryan. No.
Oh, you don't think so?
Trolling Ryan. No. You need to have your fucking meds adjusted. I don't know who you have a. If you're a ward of the state or if you're part of a conservatorship, you sound like an older person. But there has to be some responsible adult that is responsible for you and whatever fucking medication plan you're on. But you need some fucking help, dude.
I think Mitch is probably about 35. He's height, weight, proportionate, white guy. Pretty healthy looking. I've actually seen what he looks like.
Yeah, I mean, what he looks like is different. What he looks like is different than like the fuck his mental health needs, dude.
Oh, for sure. There's.
Fucking awesome, bro.
You'd be the best looking guy in a sanitarium, Mitch Richmond. I'll give you that.
I appreciate that, Ray. That's the nicest thing anyone ever said to me.
That's you can probably have your way with a couple of those plus size Filipino orderlies, if you know what I mean.
Filipino. Hey, have you seen those little kids that smoke in the Philippines?
Yes, and it's really weird.
Hey, Mitch, are you married? Do you have kids?
Well.
No, not well. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Dude, you do. You've already talked about
it. So you're not married. You have no partner. You have no kids. You're a fucking loser, dude. Say it, bro. Lean into it.
Think about this, dude.
No, I'm not gonna think about anything. I'm gonna talk about reality, bro. You're here talking about shit, and you have nothing. You have no fucking life. And I'm sorry for you. Whatever happened to you, man. But get some fucking help, dude. This is not a good place for you. And I say that out of compassion for you, and you know, man to man. Get some help, dude.
So what people choose to share about themselves on the internet is their prerogative. And, you know, I haven't shared about me, only speculate. But
there's nothing to share, bro. There's nothing. I hope to God
I can go off of things. I can go things objectively that you've shared. And you claim to have a bunch of kids, right? And you claim to run a business and all this shit. But you are on.
Can't hear you. You're a robot.
Am I still roboting?
You always sound like a robot, but you were like a super robot. Yeah.
Is it better now?
I don't know. How much lithium have you had today, bud?
See, why would you bring up that drug out of nowhere? Right? To me, that means
because that's the drug that you take because your fucking brain is broken, dude. I know these things. I know your energy. I know your vibe. I'm very well aware, dude. You have mental health issues, and you shouldn't be in this space, man.
Why do you know it so well? Why are you so familiar with it?
Because of the work that I do and my background.
Everybody heard that song.
What, Ray?
Nirvana wrote a song about it. Everybody knows about lithium.
Right.
Okay.
Mitch, it's okay, dude, but this is not the place for you, man. You always come in here and then you get like rejected out. I get it. You're searching for something and you're not gonna fucking find it here, dude. I'm telling you that, man to man. I'm telling you that.
What do you think I'm searching for, in your estimation?
I don't know.
I just know that you still haven't found what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's your question, man. That's your work, not my work, man. I don't work for you.
You made a claim. You have this theory about me that I'm looking for something.
Anybody that knows you from this space knows that you're fucking lost, and you're like a bottom line troll, and you're borderline fucking like self-harm, you know, shit. You know, it's not good, dude.
Anyone from this space knows that?
Yeah. Ask around, look around, dude. Like, read the fucking chat, dude. You're sketch, bro.
What did you say? Borderline what?
Self-harm, dude. 5150.
Self-harm.
5150.
Everyone in this community thinks of me that way, that I'm borderline self-harm.
5150, dude. Get some help, bro.
5150, dude. All right, back to like what you've shared publicly. So you claim to have a bunch of kids and a wife and a successful business, but you spend like 18 hours.
My wife died 2 years ago.
Oh, oh wow, so you're like a single dad, and you're child rearing, in addition to being on panel 18 hours a day and running a business.
My wife died in a fiery fucking crash on a bridge, dude. I don't want to talk about it right now.
Well, did I bring that up, or?
It triggers me. You did, dude. It triggers me. You're talking about my personal shit. It triggers me, Mitch.
Dude, you talked about my personal shit first. You said, "Are you married?" etc. Do you have kids? And
no,
so
I talked about
the exact same thing back to you, and you're like, "Don't go there, bro."
No, I talked about the emptiness of your life.
You don't know anything about my life. So
it's empty, bro. It's empty. There's nothing there. That's why I talked about it.
Okay, so I'm sorry about what happened to your wife, and
thank you, Mitch. Thank you.
It makes sense why you're in pain, and I would be.
I am, man. I am, and I, you know what? I'm finally starting to see the fucking a short, like little window of humanity in your soul. Thank you, Mitch.
Are you telling the truth about that? No, I'm not challenging you. I just don't know. Cruel to me, and I don't know like how.
Oh, Mitch, come on, buddy, be sincere. I got no real beef with you, but you're a troll, and you troll with the best of them. You get people to, I'm not gonna say gaslight, but skip to the beat of your drums. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you.
Listen, I'm not like what he's saying. I'm asking honestly because if that's the truth, then that changes the game. That changes things, right? Like
why? Why should it? I'm still who I am, dude. I'm still who I've always been. So don't try and make excuses for anything that I've ever said, man. Come on, don't do that. That feels very like you're trying to like minimize what I've said. So I'm here, dude. I'm standing strong for like what I've said, and I stand behind it, man. So what's up, bro?
Really?
Mitch, let me ask you a question. What's your
you want a dialogue, man? This is. I'm sorry, Ray. I didn't mean to drag this out, but like I thought Mitch would pull up and be a little bit more interactive, and it's clear that he's like stuck and he's in a sunken place, and so.
No, Mitch is a counterpuncher, man. When two counterpunchers sit in the middle of the ring and neither one engages, it makes for a very boring fight. But
yeah,
neither combat athlete has really taken the upper hand. So I just wanted to ask Mitch a question. What's your and it's not leading, it's just a genuine question. What brought you to the community, and like what's your hopes for it? And that's it, Mitch. If you can answer that for me.
What brought me to the community is I was watching and I was like really into the content and I couldn't get enough of it, you know? So I would kind of search Google for, not Google, but YouTube for pride catching content. And then sometimes these panels would show up. Mike, that guy who had the girlfriend, he's not around anymore. Tiberio? Remember Tiberio used to have those panels?
So I was gone during that time, Mitch. I've only seen Tiberio when people brought him up on, I saw him and Broadman did like a really anti-Musa video, and he's got a ponytail, he likes the N-word, and I think he did opiates. That's really all I know about Tiberio.
Tiberio, so that's where I started to watch these panels. Tiberio had a panel, and then Locksmith started having panels. And
yeah, both of those. That explains a whole lot right there. Your entry into this community, and that it makes a lot more sense now. So I apologize, Mitch.
And do you y'all are wildin'. Do you have any other communities on the internet that you're like Are you? Is it bad if I tell people that you're from Hoax Wars? Because I remember that was like a whole big thing. Like, is that? Can we talk about that or no?
What, that people accuse me of this? I mean, I've been accused of being Red Hood, the panel channel, the community. The list goes on and on.
Oh no, I just saw your face on the Hoax Wars and your voice, or at least that's what people said it was.
Yeah. You know, I do have a twin brother.
Monozygotic or dizygotic?
His name's Pete.
Oh. Do you have any nicknames for Pete?
No.
You have a twin brother with no nicknames? That's boring. So you're not, you're gonna tell me that you're not Hoax Wars?
What is it? What is it called again?
Wow.
Hoax Wars.
Can we just kick it?
Interesting. Okay. And I'm gonna back that up because yeah, Mitch needs pressed. The way they infiltrated the Pret catchers, thought they could get away with it. Throw Denise Matt Cow and Predward and Clovernator at it. I mean, come on. Okay. Anyway, so there was some stuff going on in the chat about Sohai, Eli Ritchie, the cop watcher in Portland. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through kind of the timeline of what I know real quick. And what's interesting is because, well, he actually, let's see.
Him now, dude, because he's fucking alive.
Come on. Go away. There we go. Okay, so Eli Ritchie actually was set up with the Pred, the registered RSO. Oh my gosh, what was his name? There's an RSO they use in Portland to, you know, go take pictures with certain people. Oh, I wonder if I was cutting out there. Yeah, we're getting DDoSed and messed with, and they're light DDoS. They're just like light little slaps. But anyways, Robert West, I believe, was the RSO that they would put next to certain people like Joey Gibson and Sohai to make them look like doo-doo later, so online little trolleys like Tacos can say, oh, look, they're supporting a pedo, right? It's crazy. So Sohai one day is, and I'm just going to kind of tell the story the way I'm going to tell it, okay? You're going to be here for a second. Sorry. So, and consensus, really, what I'm going to get to is I've got a broadcast that I recorded a few years back, I think around the time of his arrest and maybe before his, Eli Ritchie, I'm talking about Sohai, Eli Ritchie in Portland, before he was let off. So he was let off some serious charges. Basically what happened is he was a cop watcher in Portland, and he was filming the chief of police, Daniel Outlaw, walking into the police precinct in downtown Portland, and she saw him, and she charged him with stalking. So, and the reason why I want to tell this is, please mute the background. Oh my gosh, you guys are so horrible. Oh, the music. It keeps me going with the flow. Here, I'll turn it down a little bit. Right. Okay. So yeah, he was filming Chief Outlaw walking into the precinct. She charges him with stalking charges, and for him to make it through his trial to plead not guilty, right? To make through, he came up with some interesting say to open up AI. He's starting the AI because he was being attacked. He was saying Antifa was coming after him, and the video broadcast that I have, I think Lars Larson and Chief Daniel Outlaw, I think he tries to press her about her connections with BLM and Antifa forth. That's important in that he brought it out on the table and asked her straight up, and well, we'll wait for the actual broadcast. I'll re-upload that soon. It's actually a really good one. and really good broadcast. But back to Mr. Eli Ritchie, so high, cop watcher in Portland, trying to make it, basically on the streets, keep doing what he does. And I don't know if he was so much a street person or I think he had a place. You know what I'm saying? He was a good artist and worked and so forth. So I think he did have a place. Unlike RSO Robert West, probably living in like a cockroach hotel like Denise Mad Cow or his car. Guys like that. Oh my gosh. So Eli Ritchie figured out, because he was being attacked, he figured out how to open up the AI. He figured out how to make the AI track his attacker, so he could try to use that evidence against him, because he was being attacked on the train. And he figured out a way to use the positive AI. And I believe you can do that. We've been testing it around these parts, just to let you know. And it does seem to work, just to let you know that too. So you don't want this positive AI on your ass if you're a pissed off troll, because we're playing Predward clips today. Oh man, a Predward Paxton troll. Oh jeez. All right, bringing it back up. That's the Eli Ritchie. Oh yeah, I didn't finish it. He actually was let off. Eli Ritchie won his case against Chief Daniel Outlaw, and I think he knew what he was doing to unlock the AI to track his attackers. Oh my gosh. All right, thanks for joining me, and I'm shutting up. I gotta go.
His little bitch boy pants off.
It's fun for the content.
Okay.
All right, fine. Hey, he wants me to leave. I'll go.
Yeah, because you won't answer a real question.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, dude.
FCC, you feel like you owned me again?
No, I don't even care. I owned you like 3 times already. The first time I owned you was fucking brilliant. And no, I don't even really care about you. I'm sad to see you up here. Just go away, dude. You don't need to be here, man.
Why are you still mad at me? I don't get that. I thought we had a bonding moment. You told me about your wife.
Bro, don't talk about my wife, man. That's serious shit. You know, just go away. I don't want to see you, and you don't want to see me. And let's just call it this, man. It's over. Our relationship is done, bro.
You know, that's kind of disrespectful, I feel like, to Ray, because Ray's out here trying to have like an entertaining...
Nobody gives a fuck about Ray. Nobody gives a fuck about Ray. And nobody should.
No, I do.
Because you're a bitch.
That makes me a bitch to give a fuck about Ray.
Pretty much, yeah. Anybody that thinks I'm a good person is a fuckboy.
Yeah.
Ray, come on. Ray, come on.
And it's not B-O-Y, it's B-O-I. You're a fuckboy.
Ray, stick up for yourself. This guy's being a piece of shit to you on your own panel. Fuck him.
I owe a debt of apologetic servitude to the Mexican people for the Great War of 1974 and what my people did to them at Plymouth Rock.
Right.
So no, I like the troll game, Mitch. That's the difference. Like, it doesn't bother me. I just it's like FCC used to be a troll. Like, if you ever had the legitimate desire to be a little bit more sincere and have like a real conversation, it could be fun. I won't make you do it because I know you're committed to the troll vibe, but if you ever want to, I hope it's on my channel, Mitch.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ray. Trolling could be fun and stuff, but what would you do if you're trolling a guy and he tells you that his wife died in a fiery wreck on a bridge?
Hey, Mitch, don't talk about my wife, Mitch.
I can be a piece of shit to you right now, or I can...
Listen, you want me to tell you why?
It's kind of messed up that you're using your wife in an internet war, and we're in a troll fight, dude. That's fucked up.
I'm not using her, dude. She's dead. I can't use her. She's fucking gone. I can't use her. She's gone, dude. I can't use her. She's done. She's gone.
Well, rest in peace to her, and I have respect.
Thank you, Mitch. Thank you, Mitch.
And I wish you would too.
Listen, you want to know why I originally picked up on your bullshit? Is because I have a particular for autistic on autistic crimes, and I felt like you, being borderline autistic on the spectrum, was picking on Ryan, who's definitely on the spectrum. So, spectrum on spectrum crime, I will always call out, dude. And you might not understand it because you're on the spectrum. I get it, but that's how this shit started, bro.
There's not one thing that you've ever like tried to like bring forward or say about me that's like actually based in truth. It's all this speculation. I'm on lithium.
Well, tell us about your life. Tell us about your life.
I'm on the spectrum.
You're definitely on the spectrum, dude. But you can tell us about the other stuff.
How do you know I'm on the spectrum?
Because of the way that you fucking talk and the way that you interpret information.
How do you know how I interpret information?
Because of the way that you come into like the fucking chats and the way you talk to people. It's clear. We're past that. But like, if you want to tell us something, if you want to tell us something more about your life,
Ray, let's do a poll and see how many people think I'm autistic.
Oh God, dude.
I'm not going to do a poll, but if
why does he have to provide news articles?
I wouldn't be terribly surprised if you were high functioning with a low social IQ. I don't think anyone thinks that you're unintelligent. Just I wouldn't be. It wouldn't be outside the realm of abilities.
Okay, so
it would dox him if he brought up. If FCC produced a fucking news article, it would dox who he is. He doesn't want people to know who he is. We can respect that. It's just fucking ridiculous, these people.
Yeah, have some respect, man. Respect my fucking privacy. Move on. Come on.
People are asking for a news article. I mean, FCC, you brought it up, dude. No one would even know about this if it weren't for you. So why did
Well, I was trying to be authentic with you and open up to you, but you fucking, like, took it the wrong way, dude. That's fucked up, Mitch.
Okay, maybe I am on the spectrum. But
that, bro.
But what kind of person confides something like that to someone who's on the spectrum?
Maybe somebody who's on the spectrum? I don't know, man.
Oh, all right. So we're just two autistic guys fighting right now?
Pretty much.
And then so Ray's kind of just exploiting.
Ray's gonna get canceled for letting two autistic people battle it out on this panel.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Dave? So Ray knows that both of us are autistic.
Shame on you, Ray.
I feel like it would be more bad if I didn't give them a platform because they were autistic. I think it's kind of like not punching a woman because she's a woman. Like that's sexist.
Yeah, I don't know. We gotta ask Zippity Doodas. You know, where's West? West needs to be the judge.
West is going to mediate all my
right?
all my spectrum related debacle. So Mitch, I appreciate you trying to gaslight me, man. I didn't say you are. I just said I wouldn't be terribly surprised. You have a unique affect, Mr. Mitch. Dan Aykroyd's on the spectrum. Dan Aykroyd's like one of the greatest of all time.
Ray, you ever tried to rub pine scented air freshener on your suit before an interview?
Maybe. And then, like, what wound up happening was the sale didn't go the way I wanted it to, and I set the guy's model car on fire in the office, and then we went to a dive bar where the fryer was off, and I was able to convince the lady to turn the fryer on to make some wings. And then my dad died. And then I saved the company. That's my life story, Mitch.
Here comes the meat wagon.
Look at Mitch being fucking sincere, FCC. See, that's how you tear down walls.
I'm still not convinced that Mitch is not CCP Sam.
Wow, that would be that would be out of left field. Holy shit. You think that he really might be CCP Sam?
Have we ever had them on the same panel at the same time? Nope.
I mean, I've never been on the same panel as PvP. That doesn't make us the same person.
They both give off that same energy, man. I'm telling you.
Fuck.
And they're both like super fucking white. Cracker boys.
Are you ultra Caucasian, Mitch? Is that an accurate assessment?
Well, you don't like white people, you pinche pendejo?
No, I just said you're a cracker boy. That's all.
Okay, mijo.
That's your commitment to the troll game, Mitch, is legendary. It's epic. Your service is not overlooked, sir. But I do think that in order for any conversation to genuinely take place, so tell me this: without breaking character, would breaking character ruin everything that you put into this character, Mitch Richmond? Like, is that part of the reason why you have the inability to break the fourth wall?
Hey, who wants to win $10,000?
I would love to.
How many female Preds have you fought?
Have I caught? If I was being completely honest, I probably spent time with a couple of those 19 people.
What?
Oh, like looking back on it now, there's definitely women that were. I thought I was king shit, having a great time, and I was being exploited, and I'm half joking, half serious. Like, they were gross. Like, looking back on it now, it was not conduct like becoming of 45-year-old women. So I would call them predatory in nature. Maybe not a predator, but definitely creeps.
Who wants to win $10,000?
So why don't you go back and answer the question I asked you, if you can. Are you afraid that breaking character would just, you put in too much work that you can't break the fourth wall? Like, I'll respect that if that's the answer. I won't push the envelope, bitch. Got it. I got you. Say less, Mitch. All right. I do appreciate the acknowledgement, though. So that was, I feel respected. Where do we go from here, boys? Is there anything? Is there any way that this conversation gets interesting from here? Is anybody still there?
Yeah, still here. Where's Mitch?
Did Mitch leave?
What a fucking bitch. He left.
Damn. That sucks.
I mean, you were being nice to him. You were being cordial, but oh well.
Damn.
I'd say it is what it is, man.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Dude, the trolls have turned their back on UFCC ever since you.
Oh God, I love the trolls, man, and I love wasting their fucking time and energy on hating. Really gratifying.
I don't think they love you anymore, pal.
I don't care. That's the whole thing. You know?
It does make me sad to see, though.
Really?
I mean, like, imagine you're part of a group for so long and then you just go off and do your own thing. Like, I could never imagine doing that.
Yeah, well, sometimes, Ray, you got to lead from the front, man. You know?
Sometimes you got to take it from the rear.
Yeah.
I was kidding. I'm literally, damn, dude, they said Mitch 16 FCCO.
Yeah, I saw that.
Y'all in the chat, be nice.
That's fine, dude. It's fine. Mitch can have all the points. At the end of the day, he's autistic. I'm not. So, I can still wake up tomorrow and walk to my local fucking donut store and buy fucking donuts and a coffee without needing adult supervision and fucking wearing a diaper. So,
Clown Force is asking this question, and I do need you to answer it seriously because I know about did you really lose your wife?
Say what?
And I'm asking you to answer this question sincerely because Clown Force did. He's asking, did you really lose your wife?
Who's Clown Force?
He's a regular in the chats. He's actually sent me photos. He had a beautiful young bride, and he lost her. I want to say like 15 years ago. And he's
Okay. Clown Force is somewhat of a friendly.
He's a friendly to me. He's 100% a friendly to me.
Okay, so what's the
And
question?
somebody talked about losing a spouse, and he took off the troll hat, and he kind of shared something about actually losing his spouse, losing his wife.
So what's the question?
He's asking you, did you really lose your wife, FCC, with a genuine sad face? Because I think he was.
Okay. No, I didn't lose my wife. My wife is still here, dude. Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck no.
That's because Clown Force was very.
Yeah, I'll give Clown Force the honor to answer the question, in a real way.
Yeah.
No, of course not. My wife is still here, dude. She's fucking beautiful. She's brilliant.
Yeah, that's we communicated on Instagram a little bit, and
yeah,
I think he's trolling Haystack. It's like this. Poor Warbot, he's trying to simp up to Daddy FCC.
Oh, Haystack is saying I'm trolling. Oh my god, dude. Fuck Haystack.
Good night to you, Brother Bill.
These people, man.
Good night to you, sir.
Fuck trolls. Yeah.
Clown did lose his wife, and she was. He said, "Good for you, FCC." He's happy.
Thank you, Clown. Thank you.
Roman 18.
Yeah, there's a thin line. There's a thin line between love and hate, and a thin line between what we say here and what our real lives are. So, don't take this shit too seriously, people. Please. And if you are, seek mental health, and/or BetterHelp is an online place. You can get some quick, counseling.
Oh no, Mitch is coming back. It's going to be the "How dare you gaslight me" into.
Oh, let's go. I'll make another drink.
Mitch is gonna make his way back up.
fake the dead wife and still lost the internet beef.
Some of the shit is funny.
Bro, that's fucking funny. That's funny. That's a good comment. I like that.
All right, Brother Mitch is back. Brother Mitch, you're back.
Good go.
That's Mitch in his hot tub. Mitch, do we have you, Mitch? Are you back?
Hello?
What's up, Mitch?
So, I mean, we're all in agreement that this FCC guy is a piece of shit.
No, we're not. Just like I said, you're not a piece of shit.
Please, dude. Come on. I didn't fake a fucking death of a spouse. Fucking shame on you, you piece of shit. Like to get out of getting your ass kicked on stream. What a fucking faggot. What a piece of shit.
Mitch.
No, Ray, I need to kick this guy in the balls from behind.
Why not?
It adds insult to injury.
You got to do shit behind people.
Ed, what did Ed say again?
Ed cut out on my end, brother. I probably heard less than you did.
Ed needs to jump in for FCC for some reason. Where are you guys have a relationship, or why don't you guys just come clean about what's going on so everything makes sense to people?
Dude, I'm always fucking transparent, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, not you, Ray. I mean, FCC and Ed both know what I'm talking about. Just say it, guys.
What?
All right, fine. I guess I'm gonna have to be the one to say it. These guys are having an affair, Ray.
Yeah. It's true.
Sorry.
So what now? What else you got?
Dude, you don't think we all saw for a brief glimpse?
I just admitted to it, bro. What else you got?
A brief glimpse in that hot tub. We saw 2 pairs of feet.
Yeah.
what is happening now?
He's saying to me and you are gay lovers. Yeah. Okay. What else you got, Mitch?
Actually, I don't think they're gay lovers, Mitch. I think they're like middle-aged and like over the whole sex thing. They cohabitate in passive-aggressive ways.
Yeah, I don't, Mitch, in all fairness to you, man, I don't like white men. I like my men big and brown or big and black. So, I'm just saying. I still respect Ed, but I probably wouldn't get in the hot tub with him. Maybe, it depends.
Yeah, dude, you do kind of say things about yourself that are just worse than really I could ever say, and you behave in a way that's so deplorable and disgusting that there's really nothing I could say to like insult you. You roast yourself worse than I ever could, and so congratulations, you're pathetic laughingstock, and that's what you're mostly known for, as well as having a profile pic celebrating a pedophile. So congratulations on that, FCC. That's a life well lived. Enjoy your hot tub.
Thank you, Mitch. I love you, and I love your mom too.
Imagine pretending that your wife died in a fiery crash to avoid the wrath.
I'm not pissed off at FCC for it.
Oh, well, I mean, congratulations, Ed. Like, you won the cookie for that. Like, congratulations. You have no moral, you have no spine. You can't, like, stand up and say that's wrong. I don't judge you.
I just said it was wrong. I said it was fucked up, bitch.
You said, he shouldn't have done that, but I don't judge him for it. I mean, that's as lukewarm as you get.
Hey, I don't care what you or Ed or anybody thinks about what I say. This is the internet. Grow a fucking pair of balls. Go suck your mom's tit. And then come back for some real shit, dude. Like you're fucking shook over nothing, and it's weird, and you're like triggered. I don't even know you, dude.
Do you realize that if this was happening in person, I'd be kneeling on both of your necks right now?
Do you realize that if this was happening in person, you'd be on the fucking ground with your fucking teeth knocked out, like a bitch that you are?
I don't think so, hombre.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so, man. So figure it out, dude. You're going down a path that has no fucking end for you. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say to you, man. Adjust your meds. Talk to your mom. Talk to your dad. Figure out what's going on in your life, man, because you're not in a good place, Mitch.
We'll see, dude. It
kind of sucks. It sucks. You know what? Mitch. How about this, Mitch? At least I have a wife that I can pretend to say that she's fucking dead. You don't even have a wife. You don't even have kids, dude. You have nothing. You're a fucking like middle-aged fucking man that has nothing.
No, you're right, man. And hopefully,
I'm definitely right, dude. I'm definitely right. Yeah, you have nothing, bro, and it's sad.
You know, you make a good point there, dude.
Yeah. What are you gonna do when you're old? You're gonna die alone. No kids, no partners, no family. And it sucks. And I get it. I understand you're hurt. I understand it, dude. But don't project that shit onto me, bro. I'm not the one.
Well, hopefully I can be so lucky where I meet someone who...
Are you done?
Who I feel strongly enough about, where I can go online and pretend that they died in front of an audience.
Hopefully, at least, at a minimum, dude. At a minimum. Yeah. I'm sorry for you, Mitch. Whatever's happened in your life, dude. Whatever happened in your fucking bloodline, dude. I'm sorry, Mitch, that you ended up in a situation that you're in. Because I feel your pain. We all feel your pain. We can hear it. And I think a lot of people are hurting right now for you, man. You know, for being open to your fucked up situation.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. Yep. Have a good night.
Mitch. There we go. That was
Fuck him, dude. Did I go too hard, Ray? I'm sorry, man.
no. You do whatever the spirit compels you to do, man.
He came into a man's space and he got the fucking manhandle, dude.
I got something. I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. I feel like that was the crescendo. Like there's nothing I could do to fucking top that.
And I hate it too. Every time he comes in, and then he always fucking leaves with his fucking tail between his fucking legs, dude. So I feel bad for that. That's what I feel bad for. But if you want to come and talk shit about me, that's what you're gonna get, you know?
If you mess with the bull like at VCAP, don't forget, you're gonna get the horns.
And my wife actually heard me joking about that the other day. She was like, "Are you telling people I died?" I was like, "Yes, I am. Sorry."
In your defense, that started out as like a weird fucking fake reference inside of the fictitious Gilded, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my wife is alive, she's breathing, and she fucking gives me hell every fucking day. And I love her for it.
I almost misheard that sentence, sir. I'm not even being inappropriate. Like for a second, I was like, "Whoa, that is a lot of information to share about your wife." But I'm glad that she gives you hell every day. We still there, FCC? Edward?
Yeah, we're here.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's I guess that's a good episode for tonight, right? Nothing.
Yeah, we've got some energy in the chat for the fucking let's see, the childless, wifeless fucking insults that are claiming victory for Mitch Richmond. That's fine, dude. They you know, they can have that. And they should have their own space. That's fine. You know. They can have that. That's good.
Everybody's got hands up and hearts up for Mitch, FCC. Looks like you lost the room tonight.
Yeah, that's fine.
FCC just took 2 Xanax.
I wish I had some.
Well,
I don't know. Redhead. I mean, the only person I recognize as a human being in the chat is Redhead. So maybe Redhead should come up and let's talk about having a life, having a wife, having children. You know. I don't know. Other than that, I see PatCon, which is a fucking weirdo. Haystack, which is a weirdo. And Lark, which is a super weirdo. That's pretty much it.
sad day in FCC. On occasion, man, like even the greats get lit up sometimes, Bell.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it, man. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Don't let a win get to your head or a loss to your heart, my man.
I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know what I did right. You know. I don't know. But I'm definitely not going to let some fucking incel come in and talk shit about me. So, if the other incels want to back them up, I get it. It's like, you know, they're trying to protect the fucking corner of the internet. I get it. It's a sad place. It's a lonely place. And I understand that. But fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
Edward, You gonna let your boy die in a mountain, or you're just gonna sit there invisible on panel?
It doesn't give a fuck.
It's not even here.
It's gone, dude. He's gone. He's so gone.
He goes on panels to commit crimes, so he has plausible deniability.
Exactly. That's right. That's right.
Falsehoods. If you want the facts for that, that will be in the Google Drive file of all the case reports that had to do with John Davis's murder files, and also the detectives, what the detective says, and all of that is in literal recorded transcripts. All of these are facts. His actions, they assert, are indicative of deeply disturbed and dangerous individual with an unstable thirst for chaos. In a disturbing twist, it has also come to light that Davis has reportedly been manipulating an autistic individual, also facts, exploiting his vulnerabilities to further his heinous agenda by fabricating a narrative of victimhood around his vulnerable person. John Davis has yet to show any kind of form of receipts or any kind of form of proof that any individuals such as myself, such as Warbot, such as Nunya, such as anybody for that matter, Edward, whatever, you name it. Any kind of proof, video evidence, screenshots, proving that any one of us have ever made any kind of statements about Nathaniel being autistic. Nothing. So, anyways, that makes this.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was an educated guess on her part because she's never actually physically seen what my pecker looked like, but I mean, I guess she guessed right.
Okay. Wait a minute, shit.
Ah, yes, and the beat goes on. In one of her recent screeching, raging rants, making quite a few serious accusations against me, Terry Joyce defends Clovis Harmon in this manner. It concerns the video.
You have to do what he's doing in order just to try to have something later in life. You know, that's con artist stuff, you know? And, you know, I don't know if it's something that he learned when he was in prison, you know?
No, he was diagnosed as a master manipulator when he was about 4 years old.
Okay.
Edward, whatever, you name it. Any kind of proof, video evidence, screenshots, proving that any one of us have ever made any kind of heinous statements about Nathaniel being autistic. Nothing. So, anyways. that makes this right here. He bases his statements off of nothing. All right, so by fabricating a narrative of victimhood around this vulnerable person, Davis has shamelessly attempted to garner support for his apparent cause, despite there being no basis for any negative claims about the individual's condition. Facts. Recent developments have unearthed a deeply disturbing plot involving John M. Davis Jr. and his associates, with the revelation of a chilling murder threat directed at a prominent predator catcher, Cameron, during a live YouTube chat session. The sinister individual behind these threats, operating under the moniker The Good Guy on the Nate's Garage channel, has raised alarm bells with law enforcement circles. Further
Yeah, Joe. I mean, it was an educated guess on her part because she's never actually physically seen what my back there looked like. But I mean, I guess she guessed right.
Some of us have a tendency to make mountains out of molehills, you know. And I talked offline. You know, anything that I do want to catch, I don't care where anybody posts it. If it ends up on World Star Hip Hop, I'm good with it. I don't care.
So they had to catch, and there was a number of people involved, and maybe they had a clear game plan going in around who was going to film and how it would get posted and when, and then, or they didn't have a game plan.
I don't, if I'm being completely transparent, I don't, if I took anything from any of my catches and put it anywhere, it's not, I wouldn't, and I've never done a premiere, I've never edited a video. I don't even know how to make a fucking thumbnail. Like I don't care as long as people know who the bad guy is. But that's me. I hate that I'm going to agree with Haystack here, but that's kind of like my dog in the fight is that, like, I do think that the person filming owns the intellectual property, but I do believe that the content belongs to the community because that's what we're supposed to, you know, stand for. You know, I decoyed that one weekend. Me and Cam got 4 catches. He decoyed 2. I got 2. We did all 4 on his channel, and I didn't give a shit.
All right, I got a question. Did you guys blatantly discuss the premiere agreement after the catch?
Regardless of that, Ray, I think that's important. But even backing up, you know, you're all like grown people. You're grown men. And you're going on a catch, and there's a hazard, a risk associated with having too many cooks in the kitchen. So the more people, the more potential for this kind of stuff to happen. But like, it's pretty simple if you think about it. Like, you should have had an agreed upon plan going in of who was going to do what and when certain things were going to happen. And it sounded like either that didn't happen or it did happen and people didn't uphold their the agreement, right? Yeah, and again, this reminds me, in this community, if something is like poorly communicated or misinterpreted, it instantly becomes a shit show. I mean, we saw that with this last fundraiser, now this catch. I think it comes down to planning, and it sounds like this catch was not very well organized. People did not have particular roles. The timing was unclear. Who was going to do what? You probably should have written down a script, you know, not to get too complicated, but like sometimes writing it down over like a football team, what's the game plan? So everybody knows you're talking about it, because if people are unclear as to their roles, you know, people are going to do what comes to them instinctually. And right. You know, I think, and then on the backside, then you can dissect it and debrief and figure out what went wrong where, including who has permission to post what, when, and where. And now people are just, you know, you're inserting different things of where people have come from, and maybe not taking full accountability for this thing having been appropriately planned. And it's just not a good look, you know. So I think going forward, if you're going to do catches with people, I'm not a catcher, but I'm a planner. I do events. I coordinate a lot of things, and you just got to have a good plan. And if you don't want to work with somebody, then don't work with them. And if you do, you know, have the common sense to make sure that everybody's on the same page in terms of what's going to happen.
I'm out of here. Thanks for joining in. Good little run we had there. Peace out.